What's up, Miami Heat fans? Welcome into the Heat Report by Chat Sports. I am Nic Rohloff, where we are live for a Heat 76ers watch party. We are less than 24 hours away from the NBA trade deadline, and the entire NBA world is eyeing on the Miami Heat. Yes, we are the focal point of everything happening in the NBA right now. Yeah, we saw the Luka trades. Yeah, we saw the De'Aaron Fox trade. But as we currently are less than 24 hours away from the deadline, all eyes are on Miami. Where will Jimmy Butler end up, if anywhere? Are the Heat going to somehow pull a rabbit out of their ass and get Kevin Durant out of this? That's a real possibility. We'll focus on tonight's action as Miami looks to bounce back from a bad loss yesterday and get back above 500, but it's hard to ignore all of the rumors surrounding this basketball team right now. We'll talk everything on today's show. As always, we are 24 minutes away from getting tipped off. Shout out your city for me down in the comment section. Where are you watching from? We got 70 people already in the building. Shout out to everyone tuning in. Wasim Khan, Daniel Barry, Tamia, Visible, Cat Slayer. Gray says we are not trading Jimmy Butler. Stop this. I actually am at the point where I truly believe Jimmy Butler will be traded now. But you can't try to deny that they haven't been trying to trade Jimmy. Sulan was in Toronto. What's up? Hot Dog says get Wiggins. I think they'll end up with Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder potentially, and maybe some picks if they do not pull off the miracle for Kevin Durant. But we'll see. Tokyo from Ban. We got Ohio. We got Miami, England. Knicks Galaxy's in the building. What's up, Knicks Galaxy? How you doing? Are you excited for tomorrow? Knicks Galaxy's a legend. He's a real one. I spent a lot of NBA trade deadlines hanging out with Knicks Galaxy and crew. I think the first ever one that we ever went live for at the Knicks Now channel 2023, I was producing that. Always a fun time to talk about the past, how Knicks Galaxy. Tyson's in Miami, so is Gary. Manuel's saying what's up. Ishi's in Oklahoma, New Jersey, Lockport. Would Dennis Schroeder be a starter if he came? I would start him. Hypothetically, if you made a move that you got Dennis Schroeder, who is available to be traded today, actually, after he originally got traded from Brooklyn to Golden State earlier in the season, I would. If I got Wiggins, Schroeder, and just say like Gary Payton for Jimmy Butler or something like that, I would absolutely start Schroeder at the 1, move Hero back to the 2, Wiggins at the 3, Bam and Ware at the 4-5, because then you would finally have a true point guard. Schroeder is a pretty good scorer as well at times, but he is someone who can actually handle the rock, move Hero potentially back to that off-ball role that he needs to be, because Hero's been an improved playmaker, but there's no denying that he has turned the ball over quite a bit this season, 4 or 5 times a game almost, and the Heat need to get the ball out of his hands more often and let him play off-ball, which was the reason why you trade for Terry Rozier in the meantime. I'll say this. The Terry Rozier stuff will go to the back of my mind if the Heat ultimately get this miracle done and land Kevin Durant somehow. I won't really give a shit if Rozier's still on the roster. But if the Heat just ultimately have to pivot, trade Jimmy to Golden State for Wiggins and stuff, I still think they should try to trade Rozier, man, because he just is a negative on the court for Miami. And the Heat would be a better basketball team if he was no longer playing. I would consider just DNPing him, even though Miami would absolutely not do that. All right, let's talk to you about Prize Picks, the sponsor on today's live show, and then we'll continue with our pregame coverage. We are sponsored by Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports platform in North America. And make sure you get in on the action for the final game of the football season, because you won't get to do football Prize Picks for quite a while. And they are actually offering a free pick for the big game. Patrick Mahomes more than half a passing yard. Pair that up with one more stat projection, and you can win real cash. Prize Picks is the best place to get in on real money sports action with over 10 million members on the platform. PrizePicks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, PrizePicks discount select player projections up to 25% to provide you even more value for your lineups. I've got a 3-player entry for tonight's game, as I always do. You see, I was actually given some promo funds from PrizePicks. They do that sometimes. So little 975, Bam Adebayo, more than 18.5 points, more than Hero, 29.5 points and assists, and more than Tyrese Maxey, 24.5 points. Just another example how you can play daily with basketball, collegiate, professional, same thing with hockey. Get started today. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game. All right, back here in our pregame with 19 minutes to go until tip-off. Who you got? MIA for the Heat, PHI for the Philadelphia 76ers. When you look at the starting lineups for each team, intriguing notes here for Philly. We noted yesterday, if you were with us, that Joel Embiid returned to the lineup yesterday, which basically took him out of this game because he doesn't play back-to-backs. So no Joel Embiid tonight. Paul George does return to the lineup, though, so the 76ers going with a lineup of Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre, Gervon Yabusele, Justin Edwards, and I believe that's it. I don't think they're starting a traditional center. Let me double-check. Let me double-check. Yeah, George, Justin Edwards, Oubre, Yabusele, Maxey. So, interesting lineup for the Sixers today. Not a traditional center. Miami still rocking with Kel'el Ware and Bam Adebayo in that front court. We'll see if they punish Philadelphia for not having a lot of size inside. Interesting. Kevin O'Connor just reported that Jimmy Butler to Golden State is about as loud in NBA circles as Kevin Durant to Golden State was yesterday at this same time. We'll see if the Warriors and Heat can actually reach the finish line on this one. Intriguing. We'll see. We'll see. It's also not out of the realm of possibility where Kevin Durant still lands in Miami, but Jimmy Butler doesn't go to Phoenix. And maybe it's Jimmy to Phoenix, or it's Jimmy to Golden State, Phoenix assets to, or Golden State assets to Phoenix, and then Miami assets to Phoenix as well. We'll never know. Never know. Be fascinating to see, folks. Fascinating to see how it plays out. But I'll say this. I think I've started to gain more confidence that Jimmy Butler will not be on the line or roster for the Miami Heat 24 hours from now. That should be the main goal. I know all the fans in Miami are getting excited about the idea of maybe adding KD out of nowhere. I am too, but the number one goal is to have Jimmy off the roster by 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. If you are unwheezy or not feeling good about KD's possibilities, just take the Golden State deal. Just get the Wiggins, expirings, and stuff like that because you can't have Jimmy on the roster. Now, I did see someone say, what happens if Jimmy is on the roster past the deadline? I would expect him to return to the lineup. The Heat are not in the business of sending Jimmy Butler home and still have to pay him. Now, if Jimmy Butler commits some thing off the court that allows them to suspend him for the season without pay, I think Miami would do that. But as long as he is on the roster and isn't acting too crazy off the court, I would expect him to rejoin the Heat after the road trip. He wouldn't play on Friday in Brooklyn against the Nets, but when the Heat return home for the game on Monday against, I believe, what is the Magic or Celtic? I don't remember. No, not the Magic, the Celtics. I think he would be back. I think he would be back without a question. I think he would be back without a question. All right, 15 minutes to go until we tip off in Philadelphia. Heat looking for a bounce-back win after the atrocity that was last night. I don't even want to think about it no more. But if you're ready for the game, hit that like button. 133 people watching. Let's get to 65 likes before we tip off. We got 15 minutes to do so. If you want the Heat to win, hit that like button. Hit that like button. 65 likes. Let's get to 65 likes right now. Join the channel. Join the channel. Hit that thumbs up icon. Help us out. Help us grow. Live for free all the time. Live for free all the time for these Heat games. We appreciate when y'all hit that thumbs up icon. Still got about 14 minutes away from tipping off in Philadelphia. Why'd the Heat lose last night? Turnovers, no defense. Eric Spoelstra, mind-numbing decision playing Terry Rozier for the entire fourth quarter, basically. So, yeah, I mean, I thought it was one of the worst coach games Eric Spoelstra's ever had. A lot of people agreed with me as well. Sulan says, Nick, I'll be in class tomorrow. I'm going to try to sneak on the school computer and watch the live stream. Sulan, knowing that you're going to be in class tomorrow while we're live, that's legendary stuff, man. If I see you in the chat tomorrow, I'll give you a major shout-out. I'll also say this. We'll be live for the trade deadline tomorrow. If Miami trades Jimmy Butler later tonight after the game, we'll come back to the studio and go live, assuming that it's not like at 2 in the morning and I'm sleeping. But I'm going to wake up at 6:30 my time, 7:30 Eastern time. Hopefully a trade doesn't happen when I'm sleeping, because as long as I'm not sleeping, we're going to break down the news and go live as soon as possible. And if he's not traded and he's still on the roster, the plan is to go live at noon Eastern time tomorrow. So deadline 3 p.m. Eastern time. If he is still on the roster, the plan is to go live at noon, 3 hours before the deadline. We will be live, breaking everything down at the channel. Say he is traded tonight, that plan will probably change. We'll still go live tomorrow. No questions about it. But if, say, Jimmy's traded tonight, or, yeah, I mean, if he's traded tomorrow morning, we'll probably just be live the entire day almost. But say he's traded tonight, we'll probably just go live like 2 hours before rather than 3. But 3 hours before is the plan. 3 hours is the plan. 152 people watching. Still hit that like button. We're trying to get to 65 likes before we tip off. We're 22 away. Hit that thumbs up icon. Hit that thumbs up icon. Would be greatly appreciated. But it's time to ask the question that everybody is asking right now, not related to this game. Do you guys think the Heat will actually get Kevin Durant? Right now, it is heavily being rumored that Miami is pursuing a Kevin Durant trade. It was reported that the Suns are thinking about trading KD because Bradley Beal trade is not happening. It's impossible. And there's whispers out there that if the Suns could not get Jimmy Butler for Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant would not sign his extension in the offseason. And the Suns are trying to get ahead of that, saying, well, we can't trade Beal. We're not getting Jimmy. And they might trade KD before he potentially leaves for nothing, which is why there's a chance that the Suns get Jimmy Butler in a retool rather than build it alongside KD and Book. They say, like, hey, Book, Beal, Jimmy can still stay competitive, but we don't lose Kevin Durant for nothing. And Durant ultimately ends up in Miami. The Heat could also send a first-round pick, Nikola Jovic as well. That would be my offer to Phoenix straight up. You can get it done like that. Jimmy, Nikola Jovic, a first and 2 seconds for KD. That could happen. That could be the deal. Unsure if the Suns would do it, but that's what I would offer. I'd do the entire farm. I know it's tough, but it's Kevin effing Durant. He's available and you can get him, you do it. A KD, Hero, Bam, Ware, 4? Are you kidding? Man, that's pretty fucking good, guys. Pretty goddamn good. That would put you right in the top of the Eastern Conference if you were able to get it done. I'm not saying they will, but it's certainly possible. I see some Ys. See a lot of Ys. You guys are too confident for my liking. Too confident for my liking. I don't think the Heat will ultimately get KD. My optimism and hope has risen. There's no doubt about that. But if I had to predict what happens, I think it's going to be the Wiggins expirings package. What I didn't anticipate is potentially getting Dennis Schroeder out of the deal. Did he get Wiggins, Schroeder, and maybe a first-round pick, lottery protected this season from Golden State for Jimmy? That's a good deal. It's a great deal. It's a great effing deal. Wiggins, Schroeder, and this year's first-round pick from Golden State, lottery protected. And if it doesn't convey, it turns into 2 second-round picks. I'm freaking in. I'm freaking in. I'd love to get a first-round pick this year, since the Heat's likely going to make the playoffs and have it go to OKC. That's what I would like. Anthony Edwards, yeah, it's not going to happen. That ain't going to happen. J. Miami says, KD coming on what? Enough of the talk. Well, the problem is that all you're going to see is talk until 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, or a move actually happens. I see Noah's comment. I don't have to respond to everybody's comment, Noah. It's my show. I do what I want, folks. That's the funny thing. But Noah thinking that we wouldn't be in the top of the Eastern Conference adding Kevin Durant is a mind-numbing take. Yeah, I feel very similar, Gary. As long as Gary is off, or as long as Jimmy is off the roster, I am thrilled. No Caleb Martin today for Philly, obviously. He was traded to the Dallas Mavericks yesterday for Quentin Grimes. I don't think Grimes is playing for Philly today. Be a quick turnaround. You know what I'm excited for, folks? The Heat come to Dallas next Thursday. The last game for the Miami Heat before the All-Star break. I am just happy I can't wait to go watch them play in person. So next Thursday, we won't be live for the Heat Mavericks game because I'll be at the game in person. It's the only game every year that I'll guarantee I won't be live for because I'm going to it every single season. And I'll be intrigued to see who's on the team, who's playing for the Miami Heat in that final game before the All-Star break. I'll be very intrigued. I'll be very excited to see who's on the court. Maybe I'll get to see Andrew Wiggins. Maybe I'll get to see KD. Either way, I should be able to see Khalil Ware, Bam, and Tyler Hero. That's all I know. Still 7.5 minutes till tip-off. All right, as we always do, folks, predict the score for me for this game, Miami and Philly. What y'all think is going to be the score? What y'all think is going to be the score? Wow, they're showing Bam's stats over the last 4 games on the screen. 25 points, 10 rebounds, 61% shooting, 39% from 3. Hello. Hello. Steve-O says shot before tip-off. You know what? We got the tequila back in studio, got the Patron. If we get to 100 likes before we tip off, we're at 49, so 51 likes away from tip-off. I'll take a shot in the house. If not, $10 is a shot. Or you send in a $20 super chat. You'll get into the Heat Report Hall of Fame, and we'll take a shot for you getting into the Hall of Fame as well. So 2 different ways for a shot to happen. Simply says 101, 110 Miami. 110.95 Miami. 110.103 Heat. 116, 112 Miami. Dennis is 130, 118. 104.99 Heat. I don't know how I feel about this game, to be honest. No Embiid, but Paul George is back for Philly. They have no size inside, so theoretically, Miami should be able to dominate the paint and the interior in this game. But I also would have said the same thing yesterday, and the Heat lost. We've always had struggles guarding Tyrese Maxey, so that's not good. Paul George has haven't been good. I mean, you know what? The problem is like, I feel very negative about this team right now because of what happened last night. If the Heat won last night and held on, I would probably predict a win today. But with how they lost last night, man, it's hard for me to feel good about the Heat winning tonight. Hope I'm wrong, though. Hope I'm wrong. Sulan says he's got a feeling Tyrese Maxey hits a buzzer beater 3 and wins it. I would crash. Hopefully Tyler Hero plays better today because he's had a rough 2-game stretch here. He played bad against San Antonio, and even though his raw box score numbers looked good yesterday against the Bulls, Tyler Hero played bad. He had that stretch in the third quarter where he went off, but 5 turnovers, bad defense, inefficient from the field. Got to the line, though, which was good, but missed a lot of shots. Unless Hero starts to make in these shots and get back to being efficient from the field, the Heat are always going to be struggling, man. So hopefully Miami has a good game today. I think he bounces back. I do. On my prize picks for this game, I have him to have 29.5 more points and assists, which he did yesterday. He had 7 assists, 23 points. So hopefully he's able to do it here. Gray says Miami's losing because I'm live. There's no denying the Heat have a better record when we don't live stream in comparison when they do, or when I'm not streaming. It's always fun. It's always fun. Almost time to tip it off. 220 people watching. Make sure you have hit that thumbs up icon. Barry Jackson tweeting out the Marlins right now. Not trying to see that, Barry. I know you got a job to do. You cover all Miami sports, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, college as well. But we ain't trying to hear about no Marlins outfielding prospect, Barry. We're trying to only hear about Heat news, Heat trade rumors. That's all we care about. That's all we care about right now, man. That's all we care about. Now, I will say this. There will be no trade during the game today. That's very obvious. Will one happen late night tonight? Maybe. Will one happen very early in the morning? Maybe. Will one happen tomorrow? I certainly hope so. But Miami will not be making a trade the next 2.5 hours. I will say that. I will say, keep an eye on if a player gets pulled early and doesn't return. Duncan Robinson, weird minutes yesterday, but he's back into the starting lineup today. So I don't know if he's getting traded or yesterday was just a very weird day, but strange, man. Strange situation with Duncan yesterday. All right, 2 minutes to go until tip-off. As we always do, show me you're ready for the game. Spam those me's. 2 minutes to go. Yeah, but Miami would never do that, Tyson. Miami would never trade someone mid-game. They may agree. Maybe, I don't know. I would be willing to bet pretty heavily that Pat Riley is not working the phones in terms of making a trade during a Heat game. That's what I would guess. Wasim is in the building, excited for today's game. Kane Angel, Apachito. My guy Loctera's in the building. What's up, Sam? Jay the Fox is here. Gray, Tyson, Dennis, all spamming those me's. Sulan. Here we go. Minute to go until we're in play in Philly. Spam those me's if you're fired up for tonight's game. Boy Wonder type in me. Maxey, Edwards, Oubre, Paul George, Yabusele for the Sixers tonight. Heat rocking with their same lineup they have been. Hero, Duncan, Highsmith, Bam, and Kalel Ware. Heat rocking their red unis. Sixers rocking their blue unis. We're about to get underway in Philadelphia. Hopefully the Heat are able to get a bounce-back win tonight. Tip is up. Tip is won and by Kalel Ware, but it goes right to Kelly Oubre, and we're underway with Philly having the ball. It's going to be a Paul George corner three, and he misses it off the bat, and Kel'el Ware grabs the board. And that's how we're off in Philly. So Heat get a stop right away and get ball. They started the game a little bit early today. And then Bam Adebayo turns it over. Tyrese Maxey jumped the passing lanes on Duncan Robinson and goes coast to coast for a layup. And first basket belongs to Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey, he's quick. All right, Adebayo guarded by Uberstelli. I'm going to say his name wrong so many times today. Duncan Robinson drives inside. Bank shot off glass, no good. But Bam is there for the offensive rebound and putback slam. That should be something Miami takes advantage of. If the Heat get out-rebounded today, we have a serious issue. Their biggest guy is Gurvan Yavasheli, and he's like 6'10", 6'9", 6'8", I think. Stocky. Missed shot from, actually, I don't know who missed that. It was either Paul George. I think it was Paul George. Ware with his second rebound. Duncan brings it up left side over to Bam. Bam guarded by Paul George. Backing him down now. Bam should take advantage of this size mismatch. Is bumped and fouled. Are they going to call it travel? That was an interesting call there, but another turnover on Bam. That's not a good start there. Maxey brings it up now for Philadelphia. He's got it. 3-point attempt from him on the way. No good. Ware grabs the board. Already 3 rebounds for Kel'el Ware. Bam driving on Kelly Oubre. Gets inside. Fades away. Fouled. And he'll go to the line for 2. So despite the 2 turnovers from Bam, I am a big fan of his aggressiveness early on in this game. Looking to really assert his dominance inside with the 76ers having one of the smallest lineups I've ever seen. Listen, the Heat like to play small ball, but Gurvan Yavasheli is a small ball like 3 or 4, and he's playing the 5. So him playing the 5 is as small as you could possibly get. He's as big as Paul George, really. Like, he's like 6'6", 6'7". Bam misses the free throw, so even though he's been aggressive, uneasy start for Adebayo. Bam splits the pair, so the Heat do take their first lead of the game. Adebayo's got all 3 points. Oubre brings it up for Philly. Adebayo defending. Maxey spinning inside, fouled by Adebayo as he reached in to try to help Haywood Highsmith. Are they going to say Maxey was in the act of shooting? Looks like they will, so the young guard will go to the free throw line for 2. He has the first 2 points for the Sixers. Interesting matchups. I'm surprised Bam isn't guarding Paul George. Hero is guarding Paul George right now. Maxey makes the free throw, 3-all right early here. $270 people watching. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up icon. Let's get to 100 likes. Maxey goes 2 for 2, so he's got all 4 points for Philly, and they lead by 1. Hero driving on Oubre, double team, strip turned over. Turnovers, issues again. Justin Edwards in transition for Philly, misses a layup, offensive rebound Uberstelli, and then he's fouled by Kel'el Ware. I mean, Hero's got a turnover issue. It's just a simple fact. He does. He's got a turnover issue. I just tweeted it out. He turns the ball over way too much. DJ, this is a quarter zip. 3 turnovers for Miami already tonight. I mean, this is the story of the season. The Heat just turn it over. Way too much, man. Yavasheli made the first. Second free throw is good as well, so it's a 6-3 lead for Philly. Oubre defending Hero right now. He gets a series of screens. Hero, Maxey now defending. Kelal Ware, handoff, Hero. Hero driving, loses the handle, and throws it, but it's tipped out of bounds. This team has no true handle, man. Regardless of what happens with Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant, the Heat need a true point guard more than anything in the world. Hero thought about a three on the shot clock, driving on Uruseli, gets to the rim and lays it up and in. So Hero, with his first shot attempt of the night, gets it to go. Good drive and finish there by Tyler. 6-5 score. Maxey, deep three, no good. Ware grabs his 4th rebound of the game. Hero brings it up right side. Driving inside, gets to the rim again and finishes, and the Heat take a lead. 4 straight points for Tyler Hero, and the Heat lead 7-6. George inside Euro step, kicks it out to Justin Edwards for a 3. The left-hander doesn't make it, and Kelal Ware grabs his 5th rebound of the quarter. Hero brings it up, lobs it inside the Bam. Adebayo fouled by Uruseli, and I'm going to say it wrong every single time. Oh, yeah. All right, man. But I'll say this, folks. If you're able to beat the guard defenders of Philly, it should be an easy game finishing around the rim. There's no rim protector on the floor for Philadelphia. And even their backup center, Adem Bana, isn't really that good of a rim protector. Rookie second-round pick out of UCLA. Hero in the corner, step back 3. Good! Hero with 7 straight points. Hopefully that's a good sign of things to come for Tyler Hero, as we know he has struggled from 3 as of late. Oubre driving on Bam. Cut off, fading away on the baseline, unable to go. How about Kelal Ware with a 6th rebound of the game already? Adebayo brings it up left side. Guarded by Oubre. Hero sets him a screen, now gets the ball. Hero driving on Oubre. Picks up his dribble, kicks to the corner. Duncan Robinson to Bam. 4 on the shot clock. Adebayo has to put up a 3. No good. Oubre grabs the board, outlets it to Edwards. Edwards gets cut off and resets it all the way around the wing to Paul George. Now Maxey, who has 4 points but has not really got his shot going as of yet. Heat send 2. Swung to Edwards. Edwards inside. Blocked by Ware, but I think they whistled Haywood Highsmith on a foul beforehand. Yep, they did. Highsmith reaching in there on Edwards, the former Kentucky Wildcat 5-star recruit, by the way. But Ware has been a presence inside. You'd expect Miami to gobble up all the rebounds defensively as well as on the offensive end with how small Philly is. Ware with 6 boards. Justin Edwards misses the first free throw. Kelal Ware will take a seat for the first time tonight. Nikola Jovic inserted into the action early in this one. Heat have 4 more games before the deadline, or excuse me, the All-Star break. They play on Friday against the Nets, I think Monday against the Celtics, and then a back-to-back next Wednesday, Thursday against the Thunder and Mavericks. Edwards makes the second, 10-7. Hero brings it up, driving on Oubre, gets inside, turns around, drop off to Jovic, who lays it up and in. Excellent drive by Hero, drew 2 defenders, stayed calm, didn't turn it over, and was able to find Jovic on the baseline for an easy layup. Heat's done much better offensively thanks to Hero having a strong little period here. Bam strips Oubre, but they call Bam on a foul. That's number 2 on Adebayo. Wonder if Ware will come back into the game after Bam has 2 fouls now. Nope. But Kevin Love is going to come in. Kevin Love minutes is crazy. Kevin Love minutes is crazy. I can't lie. Kevin Love minutes tonight is crazy. So funny. Oh, that's funny, man. That's good stuff. All right, looks like Heat are going to go into the zone out of this little stoppage in play. 1-3-1 almost. Highsmith, Duncan, Jovic, Hero, and Love. Maxey inside, fades away at the elbow. No good. Kevin Love can't grab the rebound and commits a foul. I mean, why not just put Kalal Ware back into the game? Seriously. Why not? Makes no sense. All right, first time out of the game. With that being said, time to tell you about our sponsor on the live show, and that is Prize Picks. We are sponsored by Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports platform in North America. And make sure you get in on the action for the final game of the football season, because you won't get to do football Prize Picks for quite a while. And they are actually offering a free pick for the big game. Patrick Mahomes more than half a passing yard. Pair that up with one more stat projection, and you can win real cash. Prize Picks is the best place to get in on real money sports action, with over 10 million members on the platform. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts, like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide you even more value for your lineups. I've got a 3-player entry for tonight's game, as I always do. You see, I was actually given some promo funds from Prize Picks. They do that sometimes. So a little 975, Bam Adebayo, more than 18.5 points, more than Hero, 29.5 points and assists, and more than Tyrese Maxey, 24.5 points. Just another example how you can play daily with basketball, collegiate, professional, same thing with hockey. Get started today. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Shout out to Prize Picks. Shout out to Wasim Khan, the first super chat of the night. $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Wasim, for always showing love to your boy. I appreciate Wasim for tuning in quite a bit lately. Wasim, we haven't seen him in a while, but maybe because of the NFL season being over, he's decided to spin the block and hang out with your boy Rolly a little bit. I appreciate it, Wasim. Noah says, if I donate, Nick, will you respect me more? I don't know which way in respect you mean. I, always converse with you in the chat, so I don't know what you mean by that. But if you're talking about respect to your ball knowledge, I won't be bought. I won't be bought. If you say something stupid, I'm going to call you stupid. Just attention craving over there. That's all I see. That's all I see. Heat up early, 12-7. But as we know, folks, a lead by the Heat early in ball games doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's going to be 76ers ball after Kevin Love committed the foul on Adem Bana, who checked in. Bana, athletic center out of UCLA, second-round pick in this past NBA draft. The 76ers are already in the bonus. Holy shit. Heat have committed 5 fouls. We're not even 6 minutes through this ball game. 2 on Bam, 1 on Jovic, 1 on Highsmith. I think 1 or 2 on Love, or Ware, too. Bana makes the first. Bana makes both. Not the most well-equipped shooting a big man out there, but he makes 2. All right, 12-9. Love gets it at the elbow. He faces up on Bana. Looking to pass it off. Gets it to Hero on the right wing. Hero gets a screen from Kevin Love. Bana switches out. Hero working on Bana. Crosses over. Kicks to the corner. Wide open Highsmith for 3. No good, but rebound is tipped out of bounds and will stay with Miami. Good work by Kevin Love inside. Tell you what, as much as I say that Hero needs to work on his turnovers and need to get him a point guard, that pass he made to Highsmith in the corner was so well timed. Right as the double came, was able to dish it off and find the open shooter. Hero Top of the key, thought about a three. Now probing, left wing, will pump fake a three. Lob it inside to Love, who couldn't handle it, and it's turned over. I wouldn't put that one on Hero. Paul George driving, loses the handle out of bounds, and it will stay with Philadelphia instead of went off Jovic. So baseline for Philly. 6:05 to go in the opening 12. Fourth turnover of the game on Miami. 2 by Hero, technically, and 2 on Bam. Heat in his zone. Maxey has it right wing. Swung around the perimeter. Paul George driving, kicking. Oubre in the corner now. Good defense so far by Miami. Oubre turnaround jumper, good. Tough to guard Oubre with his athleticism. He's just able to rise over Hero there. Duncan Robinson, left wing, gets a screen. He's drops it inside to Kevin Love. Love backing down on Paul George. Now back out to Duncan. 5 on the shot clock. He's going to fire over George. Too strong, and the rebound down to Oubre, and this offense has gone static. Oubre swinging it to the corner for George. Back out to Eric Gordon for a quick three. Air ball. The veteran Eric Gordon could not find the rim. Heat still leading by 1 with 5 minutes to go in the first. Jaime Jaquez Jr. checks in for the first time tonight. The 76ers are 0 for 6 from beyond the arc so far. Only able to have a 1-point lead. Wish it was more. Hero driving, kicking. Highsmith, corner three. Good! Second triple of the game for Miami. They're 2 of 5 from beyond the arc as a squad. Heat lead by 4. Still in his zone. Maxey swings it to Oubre. He drives and gets to the rim with ease. Got to have better perimeter defense. Heat quickly in transition. Hero's open for 3. Too strong, and the rebound falls way down to Maxey. He'll bring it up now with 4.5 to go. Maxey driving on Highsmith, gets to his left hand and scoops it home. Tough bucket by Maxey to even this game up at 15. He's got 6 points now. Hero inside, floater at the line, gets the friendly roll. Hero with 9 points in the first quarter, and Miami jumps back out in front. Fun to watch Maxey and Hero battle, former Kentucky teammates. I believe Maxey was coming off the bench when Hero was starting. Paul George, turnaround jumper, no good. Love with the board. Outlet to Jovic. Jovic will stop at the right wing, find a trailing Jaquez who gets downhill and could not finish inside. I think Adem might have got a piece of that. Maxey the other way. Pulls up at the right wing and slows it down. Now to the corner. Oubre 3. Good. And the 76ers jump back out in front. 18-17. 3:40 to go in the first quarter, and the 76ers retake the lead by 1. Oubre not the best three-point shooter, but is capable off the catch in those corners, so you got to stay attached and ready to contest. It's been a back-and-forth game early on here by 2 teams, despite the record that I would say are even in terms of talent on the roster. So many injuries for Philadelphia this season. But I think with what I've seen, talent is very, very similar. Want the Heat to beat the 76ers tonight? Hit that thumbs up icon. 450 people watching. 95 likes. Let's get over the century mark during this TV timeout. Hit that like button. Join the channel. Hit that like button. There we go. We got to 100 likes. Yeah, no Rozier as of yet. He'll probably check in next time after this timeout, though. That's my guess. I hope not, but he probably will. There would be nothing to make me more happy than Terry Rozier getting a DNP tonight and then getting traded. I'll say this. As bad as that loss on Tuesday was against the Bulls, if that was the final straw to make Rozier get traded away, I'll make that trade. I'll take a collapse against the Bulls on a Tuesday night in February if it means Terry Rozier is off the roster. I will make that trade. But I assume that Terry Rozier will check in very shortly. This would be a big game for Miami to win. Get to 25 and 24 before the deadline. With 4 games remaining before the All-Star break. No substitutions yet for Miami. Kevin Love, right wing, drops it into Jaquez. Jaquez backing down, spinning on Paul George, gets to his right hand, and one! Jaime Jaquez Jr. with an and one bucket inside on Paul George. Out of the timeout, they scripted a play to get Jaquez inside. They got him the ball, good position. He's able to back in and finish through the contact. Jaquez starting to play much better as of late. He converts the three-point opportunity in the Heat back in front by 2. Ooh, Hero almost stole the inbound pass, but Oubre now brings it up. And he gets stripped, but gets the ball back. Maxey now has it top of the key, directing traffic as the Heat still in that zone. Adembana to Paul George. It's batted away, but falls right back to Bana. Out to Gordon. Inside, Euro step layup. Air ball, 1 second on the shot clock, and that's going to be a violation. Good defensive possession by Miami. Made 76ers feel uncomfortable the entire time, and it was an air ball. First turnover of the game for Philly. Miami has 4. Hero brings it up, gets it over to Love. They're trying to get the same play inside for Jaquez, but the ball gets tipped out of bounds, and Heat will re-inbound from the side. Paul George, first game back after missing the previous 5 with a finger strain. Can't really say I've ever heard of that injury before. He'll check out right now. Looks like Yabusele comes back in. Kyle Lowry back in for the first time. And Reggie Jackson is in. So heavy guard lineup for Philly right now. Kevin Love at the perimeter. Gets it to the corner for Jovic. Jovic backing down, kicks it out to Hero. 5 on the shot clock. Hero has to make something happen on Reggie Jackson. Spinning inside, pull-up free throw line jumper, can't go. Tough possession there for Miami. Lowry with the rebound. Maxey now on the outlet. Swings it around the perimeter, and it's Reggie Jackson all the way to the Gordon. Gordon driving, kicking. It's Yabusele driving, hanging, and finishing. Tough bucket inside by the Frenchman. And we're tied at 20 once again. 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Jaquez has it, right wing. Driving on Reggie Jackson, stopping, dropping it off to Highsmith. Layup inside, missed it. Rebound tapped around, but a foul is whistled on Kyle Lowry. Looks like he's whistled for grabbing Kevin Love inside. So Heat will have it baseline or side out. Heat not in the bonus right now. Yeah, the dream is dead, folks. Terry Rozier is into the game. Highsmith checks out. I really thought for a second Rozier might be not playing tonight. Jaquez facing up on the right wing. Driving on Eric Gordon, spinning, kicking. Jovic, 3. Doesn't count. He made it, but Stepped on the baseline. Jovic does that more than anyone else on the team. Love Nico, but there's no one who steps out of bounds in the corner more than Jovic on the team. Under 2 minutes to go. Heat still in his zone. Maxey has it top of the key. Gets a screen. Pulls up. Left wing three. No good. Rebound grabbed by Hawkes. Outlet Rozier. He'll bring it up. He drives on Eric Gordon. Kicks it back out to Hawkes. Left wing three. No good. Rebound gathered by Philly, and they're out and running. Yabusele Euro step inside to the rim, and he finishes. Two-point deficit now for the Heat. Minute 15 to go in the opening quarter. Hero driving on Reggie Jackson. Gets inside. A lot of contact. A late whistle. And it's going to be 2 free throws coming for Hero. A very late whistle. It looked like he got grabbed on the arm by Reggie Jackson. But boy, was that a late call. Yeah, I mean, he clearly gets grabbed. I mean, Hero puts a shoulder down into Reggie a little bit, but you literally see the forearm get grabbed. Hero had 9 points in the quarter, chance to get in the double digits early on with a pair of free throws. Makes the first, and he has 10. I mean, he does. I mean, clearly hooked there by Reggie Jackson. 10 points in the first for Tyler. 4-6 from the field, 1-2 from 3. He's now 2-2 at the line, and we're tied at 22 with a minute 10 to go in the first. Maxey bringing it up now for Philly. Rozier defending. Heat still in a zone. They played zone for most of this quarter. Eric Gordon gets it to Yabusele. Running push shot, too strong. Rebound gathered by Love. Hawkes brings it up right side. Lowry defending. Hawkes goes right into Lowry and is fouled. I think they're going to call it on Yabusele reaching in from the weak side. And the Heat are in the bonus now, so it will be 2 free throws coming for Jaime. Hawkes is 1-1 at the line. Yeah, they're going to call it on Gervon Yabusele reaching in there. Chance for Miami to jump back out in front with a couple of free throws by Jaime. Hawkes makes the first, and the Heat take a lead. Back and forth first quarter thus far in Philadelphia. With the current rosters, I think they're very even in terms of talent on the court. Hawkes goes 2 for 2. Jaime's starting to play much better as of late. Played pretty well off the bench against Chicago yesterday. He's got 5 first quarter points. Kyle Lowry, left wing 3. No good, too strong. Rebound by Jaime inside. He'll bring it up left side. I will say this about Hawkes. He dribbles the ball so high. But a great inside pass to Jovic, who got leverage on Lowry. Good dish by Jaime. Heat take a 4-point lead and got a 2-for-1 opportunity. Jovic with 4 points in the first. Maxey swinging it around the perimeter. It's Reggie Jackson. He drives now, kicking it out. Eric Gordon, wide open 3, and he hits it. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Heat will go into the second with a lead. Hero driving downhill, kicking it. Rozier, catch and shoot 3. Good! An answer from Rozier. That will do it in the first quarter. Heat will go into the second up 29-25. Excellent drive and kick by Tyler Hero, drawing a crowd inside, finding the open Terry, who had a horrific shooting night in Chicago yesterday. Made his first 3-point attempt there. 29-25. My prize pick's looking good as well. I had more than Maxey 24.5 points. He's got 6. I had more than Hero 29.5 points and assists. He's got 13. Excuse me, after the first quarter. Also have Bam, I think, more than, 19 points? 18 points? He's got 3. We'll see. We will see. Interesting. Something to note here, as I said, I don't think the Heat would make a trade during the game. The Golden State Warriors locker room just got closed during open media time. Steve Kerr is addressing the team. Players that were on the floor were brought back into the locker room. That could be nothing. It could be something. Maybe time to start watching the Heat bench. It could just be the Warriors coaching staff addressing the team on all of the rumors and just say like, hey, don't think about it. Just go out and play. Or it could be a trade has occurred. And some of those players are getting told that they're done. I guess we'll have to see the Heat bench. I'm not seeing anything being reported from Miami's side of things, Barry Jackson or anything. I will say, if the Heat executed a Jimmy Butler trade while we were alive for this game, that would be quite the bummer. Because, I mean, we already are live, but I would like to take advantage and have a couple different lives. All right, back here in the second quarter. Bam has it left wing, drops it inside to Jovic, who flips it up and in. Jovic wanted to foul and was getting bumped, but impressive finish inside by Nico. Duncan in for Hero, Bam in for Love. Those are the only two substitutions. Reggie Jackson downhill, layup is good. Can the Heat get out of the zone? I'm so sick and tired of playing zone defense. I really am. Rozier to Duncan. Robinson driving, losing the handle. Turnover. Miami has a turnover issue. Lowry over to Reggie Jackson. Left wing three. Good. Wide open. Five straight points for Reggie. Turnovers. Name of the game. Adebayo has it left wing. Drops it inside to Jovic. Backing down on Jackson. Jovic kicking. Rozier open catch and shoot three. Too strong on that one. Lowry with the board. Outlet to Oubre. And he gets it back to Lowry. Now to Jackson. Left wide open. 8 straight points for Reggie Jackson. Timeout Miami. Just fucking ridiculous. Eight straight points for Reggie Jackson. Good defense, guys. Get out of the fucking zone. Oh my God, they just traded Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler just got traded. Holy fuck, Jimmy Butler just got traded. Jimmy Butler just got traded. Oh my God, they did it. Jimmy Butler just got traded. Jimmy Butler has been traded to the Golden State Warriors. Jimmy Butler has been traded to the Golden State Warriors. It is official. The Heat are getting Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and a protected first-round pick. Jimmy Butler just got traded to the Golden State Warriors. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It happened middle of the game. Holy fuck. The whole Heat just traded Jimmy Butler. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. Okay, so from you, I'm going to need some help here. All I'm going to need from you right now, can you make the trade graphic? And you guys as well. Can you make the trade graphic the social graphic? Social trade. I'm going to need that. I'm also changing the title and thumbnail of this live show. I'm fucking doing that. Fuck! Why'd they have to do it during a game, bro? Fuck. All right. I can't believe that just happened. I can't believe it. The trade just happened. So Jimmy Butler to Golden State. They get Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, Dennis Schroeder, and a protected first-round pick. Couldn't be more thrilled. I got to be honest. I know no Kevin Durant, and people are going to be upset about no KD, but Jimmy Butler is off the team. And they get a point guard in Dennis Schroeder. They get Andrew Wiggins, and they get a protected first-round pick. I think there's no better return than that. I'm being so dead serious. I don't know what protocol is here. Do I prioritize the game or Jimmy Butler being traded? I don't fucking know. You guys want to talk about the game or the trade? Seriously, I don't fucking know. Yo, Justin, come back here real quick. I mean, this is a brutal time to be self-producing. I don't know what's going on. 33-35, the Heat just turned it over, just so you know. We're going to get into the Jimmy Butler stuff here in just a second. Give me a second here. Since we're already live, I'm changing this to a fucking the Heat stuff or the Jimmy Butler stuff. Fuck this. Can you come and produce? I need a producer. I need help here. I can't self-produce this anymore. 2 Warriors. Breaking news. Jimmy Butler traded to the... There. Where's my thumbnail? I already have built. I think Terry Rozier just hit a 3. Give me a second here, folks. A lot of moving parts here. Yeah, I need a producer bad. I'm changing. So you're good, Justin. Continue to help with copy. I just need to be able to change things and focus on other shit because I can't focus on this fucking game. All right, we're going to talk about the Jimmy Butler stuff. We're getting things set up behind the scenes because we got to talk about Jimmy getting traded. I just updated the live doc or the live stream. So what I think we should do is that we'll talk about the trade, but we'll have the game on, obviously. And what I think we should do is like a breaking L3, alternate that with the scoreboard L3. Because we'll like update people about the game, but we're going to mostly talk about the trade. All right, so it's official. Jimmy Butler has been traded away by the Miami Heat. Second. Jimmy Butler is heading to the Golden State Warriors in exchange for Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, Dennis Schroeder. There is one more move to make. That means getting fucking rid of Terry Rozier. It's just gotta happen. It has to happen. I tweeted this out before, and we'll talk more in depth about the trade. Yeah, hold on. We're going to talk a lot about the trade now. There is no hotkeys. It's all the same. We're all good there. I think it's a great trade for the Miami Heat. I do. Instant reaction. This is everything you could have possibly asked for. You got a point guard in Dennis Schroeder, who's also an expiring contract. You got Andrew Wiggins, who is a perfect 3-and-D wing to fit into this current roster. Yeah, I know he's got a player option for the 26-27 season, but I think it's worth it for Miami to take on that $30 million player option in order to be able to fit into this 3-and-D young core. I like it. Kyle Anderson, it sucks that he's under contract for a little bit longer. I'm not thrilled that Kyle Anderson is coming in the deal, but it also, this could expand. This could be more than just this one trade, right? The Heat currently have this 1-for-1 deal done right now, but you can easily still swing a Kyle Anderson trade and reroute him to a third team. Like, you can do a lot of different things here to potentially still upgrade the roster. Maybe you attach Kyle Anderson with Terry Rozier. Now, granted, we do have a game going on right now, and we'll update you a little bit in the game while the game goes on, because the Heat are tied 38-38 with the Philadelphia 76ers. Terry Rozier has 8 points in the quarter. Someone just said Josh Richardson is gone, too. Is that true? As part of the deal, Lindy Waters and Josh Rich is going to Detroit Pistons. So it's already a 3-team deal. It's already a 3-team deal. Lindy Waters heads to the Warriors, or the Pistons, and so does Josh Richardson. So now that's coming out of this, as we talk about the Kevin Durant side of things. Durant, it sounded like there was no chance. There was never a chance that Kevin Durant was going to get traded by Phoenix. They were going to hold on to Durant. I know there's a lot of rumors and buzz surrounding it, but not the case. So the Heat got word of that and shipped off him to Golden State, which, guys, by the way, pat on my back, and this is why you subscribe to the channel. Who said that Golden State was always the number one option for Jimmy Butler 5 weeks ago? Yeah, it was me. Now, I thought maybe the Heat could get Jonathan Kuminga out of the deal. Not the case. But either way, the Heat get Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, Dennis Schroeder, and a first-round pick. Now, it's unclear what the first-round pick is. It's unclear as of now. Has anyone... What year is the first-round pick? What year is the first-round pick, and what is the protections? I need to know. Is it a 2025 lottery protected, which I've heavily speculated? Has anyone tweeted out the pick details? Anyone in the chat? Has anyone seen it in the chat? 2030? Is that true? I haven't seen it yet. I'm trying to scroll if it is a 2030. By the way, Heat and Sixers still tied 39-all. Jimmy Butler will play the Heat this year. Holy fuck. You want to talk about an all-time watch party. March 25th? Hello. Where nobody has tweeted about the pick yet. This is killing me. This is killing me. I like the move. I like it. I think it's a good pick. I think it's a good move by the Miami Heat. I think it's a good move by the Miami Heat. I knew it too. Those assholes. Holy shit, the Heat and the Warriors just signed an extension. He signed an extension. So he lied. He signed an extension. Jimmy Butler just signed a 2-year, $121 million extension. He signed an extension. So after all of the rumors about Jimmy not signing an extension with Golden State, evidently not the case. Evidently not the case. I got to tweet that out. He signed the extension too. 2 years, 121. which is actually longer than I think what he could have done with Miami. Wait, how is that possible? The Heat's extension offer to Jimmy was at best 2 years for 113. 55 and 58. Is that a typo by Shams? Heat and Sixers still tied at 44, by the way. Not that anyone cares about that. I'm curious to see what... I need to see the protection on the... I need to see the draft pick that Miami's getting in this. Can someone tell me this? I need the first round pick protection to be told, and I need the year as well. It's driving me nuts that I haven't seen this yet. What's the protection on the pick, and what year is it? I hope the pick is this year. I hope it's a lottery protected 2025 first. That's my hope. That's my hope. Everybody's talking about the Warriors visiting Miami in March. Yeah, I just want to know what the pick is. No one gives a shit. Heat down by 3, 50-47. I can't believe he signed the extension. I can't believe he signed the extension. What? This pick is killing me. Oh, fuck! It's a 4-team deal. Dennis Schroeder is not coming to Miami. So one of the... oh, my God, this is continuing to expand as time goes on. Dennis Schroeder is heading to Utah, per Jake Fisher. This is a 4-team deal. Rozier's hooping, by the way. He's got like fucking a gazillion points. It's a 4-team deal. Schroeder is heading to Utah. What is Miami getting out of this now? What is Miami getting to Utah from Utah? Is Miami getting a first for Schroeder? What's going on? So, a lot to recap. Jimmy Butler traded the Warriors. Plus, he signed a 2-year extension, $121 million. The Heat, as of now, have gotten 2 players, Andrew Wiggins and Kyle Anderson, because Dennis Schroeder is immediately being traded to Utah. Also trading Dennis Schroeder to Utah. I just tweeted that out. 50-49 in the Sixers. Over 2,000 people watching. Make sure you have subscribed. More and more details coming in on this Jimmy Butler trade. There is a lot that we have yet to really hone in on. A lot of people concerned about Kyle Anderson because he has $9.6 million in 26-27 because he signed a 3-year deal. That is a non-guaranteed contract, so that doesn't move me. I'm just trying to figure out 2 things. What did the Heat get back for trading Dennis Schroeder to Utah? In what year? And what is the protections on the first-round pick they got from Golden State? This is mind-numbing that we have yet to get this. I'm happy Wiggins is on the team, though. I got to be honest. Oh, my God, they're getting P.J. Tucker. They're the worst. The Heat are the worst. We're really bringing P.J. back? You got to be shitting me. Unbelievable. Oh, my God, P.J. Tucker is coming back. Pat can't let go. I can't believe that. Chris Haynes just said P.J. Tucker is coming to Miami. Why would you rather have P.J. Tucker over Dennis Schroeder? Why? I don't understand. I'm going to need you real quick. This needs to get off screen. We need to go to a scoreboard top left, and we need... No, not this. The graphics on screen, it needs to go to scoreboard top left and weigh-ins. Nobody gives a shit about the stats. Kyle Anderson's heading to Toronto. So this is even larger. How many teams are in this fucking trade? Kyle Anderson's going to Toronto. Oh my God, they're going to get Bruce Brown, aren't they? If they get Bruce Brown, I'm going to be pissed. This is a massive trade. 5 teams at the minimum. What is Miami actually netting besides Andrew Wiggins? Yeah. Kyle Anderson's going to Toronto. I don't know if it's Bruce Brown, but the Heat have been interested in Bruce Brown for a while. I'm curious to see what the draft capital return is going to be for Miami. What is this going to be? There's a lot of moving parts here, folks. A 5-team deal at minimum. Kyle Anderson heading to Toronto. Dennis Schroeder heading to Utah. As right now, it's a 5-team deal. Holy shit. Is Bruce Brown coming to Miami? I can't believe PJ Tucker's back. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. We couldn't even do a highlight cut if we wanted to because no one knows what the fucking... Could do a List 5 logo full screen. I can't believe he's coming back. But as of right now, the only thing that is confirmed to Miami, Andrew Wiggins at this point is not going anywhere. So Andrew Wiggins is on the Miami Heat. What has also been kind of confirmed, PJ Tucker on the Miami Heat now, once again, and a first-round pick. Now, here is another thing. It has not been reported what the first-round pick is yet for the Warriors. I don't know what the pick is. Don't know the year, don't know the protections. It was a protected first-round pick. I'm assuming it's going to be a lottery protected first-round pick. The question is it this season? I'll tell you what, Warriors are going to be a fun team to watch. So right now, Miami in the return for Jimmy Butler as I continue to look in. Michael's saying 2025 protected. Has that been confirmed? Has that been confirmed? By the way, with 1:50 to go in the first half, the Heat are winning by 1. I guess I should start paying attention on who's actually playing for the Heat because that might tell you about if other trades are happening. Right now, Larson, Jaquez, Ware, Hero, and Jovic are on the court. You want to talk about a halftime locker room chat? That's going to be fucking hilarious. What I would do to be a fly on the wall for the Heat locker room discussion. So, Shams just confirmed PJ Tucker's to Miami. Oh, wait, here it is. The Golden State Warriors are sending Miami a 2025 top 10 protected first. Oh, my God, this is such a good haul for Miami. Chris Haynes has the note. Here is the update on the first-round pick Miami is receiving. It is a 2025 top 10 protected first. It is, if it doesn't convey this season, it becomes a top 10 protected first next year. So it's a 2025 top 10 protected first-round pick this year. Somehow, if the Warriors are under or in the top 10, which I doubt they are, but if they're in the top 10, then it's a top 10 protected pick in 2026. And if it somehow is even more protected and say they're in the top 10 in 2025 and 2026, Miami then it becomes an unprotected Warriors pick in 2027. That is a good fucking pick right there for the Miami Heat. That is a good pick for the Miami Heat. A 2025 first-round pick, top 10 protected. It becomes top 10 protected in 2026 if it doesn't convey this year. And if the somehow Warriors are in the top 10 of each of the next 2 years, it is unprotected in 2027. That is an unbelievable good pick. That is an unbelievable good pick. Where'd that tweet go? Who had that tweet? I think he just deleted it. Oh, no. He didn't. It's still there. Oh, I love that pick. I love that fucking pick. Okay, a lot going on here behind the scenes. 2,600 people watching. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. Have we gotten 18K yet? We've had to get an 18K. Where are we at? This one. Yeah, I knew we were there. Appreciate all the people tuning in. 2,600 people watching. If you have not subscribed already, this is why you do so. I really wish the Heat did not make this trade while we were doing a game, but we're going to be here live breaking it down. We'll do a full video and reaction here in just a second. They're building the trade. We will talk all things Miami Heat tonight. Get your thoughts. Super chat, we'll get them on screen. I know there's some super chats coming in. We'll showcase those in a second. What is this now? Oh my God, we're so cheap. The Miami Heat get under the luxury tax by trading Jimmy Butler and Josh Richardson and only taking on Andrew Wiggins and PJ Tucker. They eliminate $23.8 million tax penalty and create an $11 million trade exception. Well, the trade exception, $11 million, is pretty nice. But, all right, I'm going to send this to you. I don't know why I just tried to text it to you. That was not very smart. By the way, in case anyone cared about the basketball game going on right now, the Heat are up 5 at the half, 62-57. I can't believe those assholes did it in the middle of a game. Right after I said I doubt Jimmy or trade would happen during a game. Shows how much I actually know. That would be very helpful if you could make that. So no KD to Miami. So I'll say this, folks, for the 2,600 people watching, if you're just tuning in, Jimmy Butler has been traded to the Golden State Warriors. We'll kind of recap everything here. The Heat, as of right now, are getting 2 players in return. Andrew Wiggins, PJ Tucker. Dennis Schroeder goes to Utah. Kyle Anderson goes to Toronto. Lindy Waters and Josh Richardson goes to Detroit. The Heat also get a first-round pick from Golden State, 2025, top 10 protected. And assuming that the Warriors are not in the top 10 this year, the Heat will have a pick this season. They were scheduled to have, it's a lottery protected of their own first heading to OKC, but now I would be willing to bet that the Warriors are not going to be in the top 10. I can't believe PJ Tucker is still on this team, man. Wow. I can't believe PJ Tucker returned. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I'll say this too. What I love about this trade right now is that it gives Miami what? How much time until tomorrow's deadline? 2 p.m. Central Time, whatever. It gives Miami time to make another move because they need to add a point guard to this roster, especially since they're not taking Dennis Schroeder. They need to. They need to. I cannot believe I'm trying to juggle this fucking trade plus this game. Just a ridiculous night here. This is why you subscribe. Cullen, you're a legend for coming on and helping. Needed this a lot. We're going to film a full video during this halftime. Give me a second here. Reed, are you able to highlight cut? I don't know what. Are you producing Warriors? I don't know what's going on. You would be able to highlight cut, though? I sent the doc in the production. I'll send it to you again. I don't know if someone filled in the entire copy, but it was templated out for the most part. And I sent the thumbnails also. That is in production. I just sent you that because it's halftime, so it's the perfect time to film a video. So the Heat now have 2 tradable first-round picks after acquiring this one from Golden State. They also have the one they can trade in 2031. On draft night, it will become 3 tradable first-round picks. This one they received from Golden State, 2030 and 2032. So they now have 3 tradable first-round picks in the offseason, which if they want to make a blockbuster trade then, they will have the capability of having 3 first-round picks, which is very, very valuable. And the Heat only have about – so the Heat get flexibility for 26-27. Yes, Andrew Wiggins is under contract, but only $30 million. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But they get they now get that first round pick is huge. That's the biggest part about this, in my opinion. Warriors get Jimmy. Heat receive Wiggins, PJ Tucker, protected first round pick. Pistons get Lindy Waters, Jay Rich in a second. I don't know who's sending the second round pick. I've yet to see that. But yes, everything else looks right. The Heat now will be able to acquire a player off of the buyout market with their open roster spot. Wait, they didn't create an open roster spot, though. They traded 2 people. They got 2 people back. So I don't really know what they mean by that, but the Heat will be in the buyout market. Man. What a night. What a fucking night. Zach Lowe with an update here. Heat are receiving Golden State's. Yeah, all right. Nothing new there. Nothing new there. Shoot. Wow. I like this move, man. I like this move a lot. I'm a big fan of the trade haul from Miami. Do I think another thing happens? Or an update happens in the next time? I don't know. Shoot. Yeah, I don't know who said that there's a second round pick heading to Detroit. Not that it really matters that much. But I have yet to see someone say it. I've yet to see someone say it. But obviously Kevin Durant staying in Miami, or to me, Phoenix. Yeah, I don't see a second round pick, man. Alper is the one who said there was a second round pick, I guess. I wouldn't be shocked if there was a second round pick, but I haven't seen one. Justin's coming in here with a tweet update. Oh, it's from Sleeper. But I still don't know who reported that though. I haven't seen someone report that. That's my thing. I'm actually so happy that Kyle Anderson isn't coming to the team. I can't stand watching him play basketball. No offense to Kyle Anderson, but his slow kind of way he plays, I can't stand it. I can't believe Jimmy signed the extension with Golden State. That's wild. I'm happy Wiggins is on Miami, man. I still want to know. The thing is, like, I don't think the trade details are done, though. That's my thing. Because what are the, like, who is sending, like, did Dennis Schroeder and PJ Tucker just get swapped straight up? Did Kyle Anderson go to Toronto? What is Toronto giving up to get Kyle Anderson? Or acquiring to get Kyle Anderson? Like, there's a lot of different ways this could go about this. I don't know where I don't know if, like, I feel like there's more going to come out. All right, we're going to mute this, though. We're about to react fully to the trade. Let me push out this real quick, though. Trade, it's just called. We can leave it in. It's not that big of a deal. Downloads, trade. Let me find this trade. I want to tweet this out. I didn't even watch the short that Allie made. I'm just going to push it out. Trade. My instant reaction to the Jimmy Butler trade. It's uploading, processing. I can't believe he traded. I can't believe it happened during the game. I can't believe it. I really am in shock. I really am in shock. It was always going to happen. I'm glad it's over. PJ Tucker, quote, has wanted to be back since he left. Is he really going to play, though? Is he really going to play? Whatever. All right, for the 2,200 people watching, make sure you hit that sub button. We're going to break down the full Jimmy Butler trade right now. And then after that, we'll cycle through some of the super chats that came in. We're going to stay live. We'll talk about the game. We'll talk about everything going on around the Heat and what could be next for Miami. I assume PrizePicks the sponsor. Just play that. I'll just do a normal read. All right, let's jump into the reaction to the Jimmy Butler trade. It finally happened. Jimmy Butler has been traded away from the Miami Heat. He is going to the Golden State Warriors. And, of course, it happened while we were live on the Heat Report watching Heat Sixers. We knew there was a possibility that a trade could happen at any moment. And I was hoping it wasn't going to happen during the game and we could just have a normal game watch and then react afterwards. But we had to take this trade precedent, and this is why you subscribe to the channel, because we will break down the trade details, my instant reaction, my thoughts, because this is a massive 5-team deal that we will get into and talk about what could potentially be next for the Miami Heat as well. But make sure you do hit that sub button. All right, this is the trade details up to the moment that we know, because, and actually as we're filming this, the Toronto portion is not completed yet. So there is a chance that the Toronto Raptors, if you're watching this, don't actually get Kyle Anderson. So we don't know that just yet. But the main return for Miami right now is Andrew Wiggins, PJ Tucker, a protected 2025 first-round pick from the Golden State Warriors. And I want to talk about the Warriors pick real quick, and then we'll talk more about Jimmy Butler, because that pick is as good as a return as I could have asked for from the Warriors. I was unsure if Miami was going to be able to get a first-round pick from Butler due to how chaotic he has made this situation down in Miami. But it's a 2025 top 10 protected. If the Warriors happen to finish inside the top 10 and they're in the top 10 after the lottery, that pick will get pushed back 1 year, 2026 top 10 protected. And God forbid that the Golden State Warriors are in the top 10 of the NBA draft for 2 straight seasons in 25 and 26, it becomes an unprotected first-round pick in 2027. I will project that this will convey, and Miami will be picking in the 2025 draft thanks to Golden State. But there is a chance this gets pushed down the line, and God forbid if they're in the top 10 for 2 straight years, well, if it's unprotected in 2027, it will probably be a very high pick as well. So to me, this is going to be a really good pick for Miami as we go through the next 2 to 3 seasons for the Miami Heat. But time to reel it back in and talk about Jimmy. I hate to say I'm that guy, but I am. Like, listen, if you watched our content over the last 5 or 6 weeks, ever since it was reported that Jimmy Butler prefers a trade away from the Miami Heat, and then he officially requested a trade just after the 2025 season, I have always said the most likely destination and the best fit, in my opinion, was the Golden State Warriors. You can roll the tape. I have always said that Golden State made the most sense for me in terms of Jimmy because I think the Warriors would be the most desperate, trying to add a co-star next to Steph Curry as his age continues to climb up there and their window to contend continues to close and continues to close. And they had the money to give Butler if he wanted to extend there. And he did, by the way. A 2-year, $121 million extension was announced right after the trade by Shams Charania. But I always linked Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski to Miami. Evidently not the case, and it is Andrew Wiggins coming back to the Heat. Now, I do like this, and over the past 3 or 4 days, I've talked about how I actually would love to have Andrew Wiggins in Miami. He's having one of his best seasons over the past 2 or 3 years, averaging an efficient 17.4 points per game. And I think the fit that he will provide you in your future lineup is very, very positive. When you think the future of the Miami Heat, what are you thinking of right now? You are thinking of Bam Adebayo. You are thinking of Kel'el Ware. You are thinking of Tyler Hero. What does this group and lineup desperately need? A 3-and-D wing. Now, Jimmy Butler obviously is not a 3-and-D wing, but he's as good as a 3 as you could have for the Miami Heat. Evidently didn't want to be here, which is why he is traded and didn't get paid in his issue with the front office. But Wiggins shooting 38% from 3 this year. He's athletic. He can finish on top of you. Pause. He can finish amongst the crowd with big men competing. He can also be a rangy, switchy defender. I am a very big fan of Andrew Wiggins joining the starting lineup of the Miami Heat. I know a lot of people wanted to get Kevin Durant. That was always a pipe dream. I'm just happy they moved off Butler. He is not coming back to this locker room, not messing things up for this young core of Hero, Bam, Ware, Jovic, Jaquez, and more. And the Heat get a perfect 3 to start with this front court and back court needing to get connected. And we're going to continue to talk about the reaction, and we'll talk also about what could be next for the Miami Heat before the trade deadline because we do have some time. But we are sponsored by Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports platform. Appreciate them for sponsoring the Heat Report. And I know we're a basketball program, but we do have a football game on Sunday, the last one of the season. Hit that button to join us here on Prize Picks because they're giving away a free pick for the big game. More than Patrick Mahomes, half a passing yard. Pair that up with another stat projection. You can win real money. Also, check out the promos tab to get any of their Super Sweat Millie big game lineups. If that lineup you tally goes 3 for 3, you can split up to $1 million in promo funds. I had an entry for the Heat-Sixers game tonight. Unclear if I ended up winning because we're filming this at halftime when the Heat are up 62-57. Fun fact about this video. But make sure you join me and the millions of others on Prize Picks. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, download the app, use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. All right, let's get back to talking about this trade for Miami and what this means and what could be next for the Miami Heat. Because to me, there clearly has to be another move being made. Now, I could have thought that this trade was it for Miami. You could have told me it was it, and I would have been fine with it. Because the two things that I've needed Miami to do the most before the deadline, we've been very open about this. get Jimmy Butler off of the roster, acquire some expiring contracts or a good, decent piece like Andrew Wiggins, who is having a good season for the Warriors and hopefully will continue it for the Miami Heat, but also get a true point guard so Hero can go back to be an off-ball too, because as good as Hero has been, and he's an all-star this season, they need to get the ball out of his hands and allow him to play more off-ball. Well, I thought they were getting that with Dennis Schroeder, who's averaging 10.8 points per game this season, was really good in Brooklyn, not as good in Golden State. I don't think the fit was as good as they hoped it was going to be, which is why he's a part of this trade. And he's not coming to Miami. He's getting rerouted to Utah, which is also an underrated part of this we didn't really talk about. PJ Tucker's back on Miami. He's an expiring, I believe, $12 million contract. I'm going to double check that right now. I cannot believe they actually brought PJ Tucker back, but he is an expiring like Miami wanted. He has a history here. It is an expiring $11.5 million for Miami this season. My question is, though, is he ever going to play? Because he does the same thing as Haywood Highsmith, but Haywood's probably better at this point in their career. You also got Hawkes and Jovic above him right now. We'll see if they keep PJ Tucker through the deadline. I would probably assume that they do. But here's an intriguing part on this trade, by the way. After moving off of Jimmy and getting only at this point Jimmy Butler and Josh Richardson off the roster, Andrew Wiggins and PJ Tucker back, they no longer are in the luxury tax, which means they eliminate a $23.8 million tax penalty, save Mickey money, of course, but they also create an $11 million trade exception, which is fascinating because, well, that means they could make a trade where they acquire $11 million without really having to send anybody out. I believe that's how it works. I always get confused on the NBA rules. I'll look more into that and have you updated probably tomorrow. But I am a big fan of having that $11 million exception for Miami. You wonder what is next, and I'll speculate what could be next before the deadline tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern time. But what was your one reaction to the trade? Let me know. When you saw Shams finally break the news of Jimmy Butler heading to the Golden State Warriors, what was your one-word reaction? Drop it down in the comments section. All right, we round out the show. As I was kind of alluding to before I went on my little tangent, it's curious to see if the Heat go out and acquire a guard. I've mentioned how much they need a guard. I'd love to sign or trade for a guard. I've said for the longest time that I think Lonzo Ball would be a good fit in Miami. And if you actually take it back just 4 days and you click on my perfect NBA trade deadline video for the Miami Heat, the first thing was to trade Jimmy Butler, and it included Andrew Wiggins coming to Miami. And then in a separate deal, I traded Terry Rozier and second-round picks to the Bulls to get Lonzo Ball. Because I thought Lonzo, Hero, Wiggins, Ware, Bam, starting five, that moves me. You still would have Duncan, Highsmith, Jovic, Hawkes coming off the bench. I wouldn't say it's a lineup that wins like multiple playoff series, but they can get frisky. I think they could absolutely get frisky if you made a separate deal for Lonzo. But make sure you stay subscribed because we still will be going live tomorrow for the NBA trade deadline. We'll talk all things Miami Heat, react to what's going around the league, see if Miami makes another trade because they absolutely should. They need to add a guard to this team. Need. So hit that sub button because we will have you covered on all things Miami Heat. All right, that's my official reaction to the trade. I like the move. I think it's a good move. I've continued to say that. If you couldn't tell, I've liked it. Ooh. Why is ESPN posting a jersey swap of Wiggins and Butler, but they're in the same photo? Brain dead. Why wouldn't you just do it two separate photos so I can use that photo on a thumbnail? But instead, Jimmy Butler's arm is in the way. I know we didn't really talk about it, but Jimmy Butler signing a 2-year max $121 million extension is wild. All right, can we cycle through some of the super chats? And if you want to get your thoughts on the trade in the chat, you want to ask me questions, ask what is next, voice your opinions, voice your thoughts on the entire situation, Super Chat will get you on the screen. We have to cycle through some here. It's time to vent. Cullen's going to get a new link, and then we'll talk everything Miami. I truly can't believe they did it during a game. What chaos. Oh, my God, there's a video of a Heat fan behind the Heat bench breaking the news. I got to listen to this. I got to listen to this. Oh, my goodness. Let me find this tweet. What a tweet. We're going to listen to it together, friends. What a tweet. I got to listen to this. Hold on. Come on, load in. I'm not going to lie, looking at Hawkes, Hero, and Love's reaction to the fan telling them they got traded is hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. Oh, my goodness. Wiggins is going to start right away. Will we find another backcourt mate for Tyler Heroes? Ooh, this is a really good jersey swap for Andrew Wiggins. Bookmark. All right. Oh, Jimmy Butler tweeted out something. Nope, don't want that. Don't want that. All right. Wait a minute. Tim Reynolds tweeting out there could be a sixth team involved in this mess.
Oh, my goodness.
I think it's going to be a long time until we get a finalized trade.
Yeah. There was no way that we were going to be able to wait kind of all through that.
I honestly could have went. I just need to find out the pick.
Right.
The pick was the most important thing to me. That's the part that I'm the most excited for. Oh, yeah, this is the first super chat of, I think, since, by the way, I'm watching this game. This is the most sloppy third quarter of basketball I've ever watched. The Heat still are winning by 4. The Heat have turned it over maybe 18 times.
It's incredible.
I can't believe it. By the way, I couldn't really pay attention there because the Jimmy Butler trade happened, but I'm pretty sure Terry Rozier had 16 first-half points and Nikola Jovic had 15. I'm not shitting you.
That's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, that Terry Rozier's got 16 first-half points. Tyler Hero's got 20 points.
What up, Heat fans?
All right, Kyle Lazarus with a 5. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Did Bam just make a 3? He did.
He did. I'll get that, but yes, he sent in $5.
Send by Jimmy. I appreciate you. Angel with a super chat. Thank you for keeping Miami relevant. JB all love. Listen, I'll never hate Jimmy Butler. Actually, I kind of dislike him a little bit. No, you know what I'll say though? I am back in on Jimmy.
You're back in.
I'm back in. I will root for the Warriors in the West. I said the other day on Twitter on a show that I was coming out on Jimmy because of how difficult he was making it for Miami when he told Brian Windhorst a couple days ago that he wouldn't sign an extension with the Warriors. Now, my question is, who told Windhorst that? Because Jimmy signed a 2-year, $121 million extension with Golden State. Great. So who told Windhorst that Jimmy wouldn't do that? Or did Jimmy just say that and then backtrack? I don't know.
It's a great question.
But either way, they move off Jimmy. And they get, oh my God, what is happening in this game? Another turnover on Miami. This is sickening. I'm getting disgusted. Thank God I'm not really paying that much attention. All right, next super chat coming in from Ant. Let's go. Bye-bye, Jimmy. Have fun. Screw you. See, like, I don't want to screw Jimmy anymore. What did they call there? I don't know. That's interesting. All right, $5 super chat from Stickman. Love what he's done for the team, but thank God this shit's finally over. W trade. Couldn't agree more. Miami gets a protected first-round pick out of this. They get a good piece to add to the roster in Andrew Wiggins. They still retain a decent amount of flexibility as well for the 2026 offseason. This is a win-win-win trade for the Miami Heat. They get everything they want. By the way, Nikola Jovic made another 3. He's got 18 points off the bench. This guy is going nuclear. I don't think he's missed a shot. I think he's 7 of 7 from the field. Incredible. Alton says, get the likes up. Thank you. I'm more, just hopefully you guys subscribe to the channel. Kyle says, you love Pat. I'm glad he got the move. I'm glad he got it done. That's the number one thing. I'm happy that happened. Got it done. That's the best thing. Bam just tried another 3. Missed it. Noah with a $2. Go get Kyrie Irving from Dallas if he asks out. He won't ask out. As much as it would be fun, he won't ask out. At least not right now. If you're talking to try to get him before the deadline, that's not going to happen. Mike Cal with a 5. The Heat won the trade. Listen, I'll say this. I don't know if you can say they won the trade in comparison to the Warriors. That remains to be seen, because if Golden State goes out and makes a deep playoff run and makes the NBA Finals, I don't think moving off of a first-round pick, Andrew Wiggins, and other salary fillers is a big enough loss. So we'll see. I'll say this, though. When you talk about winning and losing trades, it is a big-time get for Miami to get a first-round pick, in my opinion, as valuable.
Oh, Lonzo Ball news. Chicago Bulls and Lonzo agreed to a 2-year, $20 million extension.
Fuck, man.
Wow.
Lonzo staying in Chicago.
Seeps, I hope you came up to the studio, man.
Lonzo's not being a Heatle. Well, fuck it. That video's already out. Whatever. Wow. That's actually quite the stunner. Lonzo extension. Stove is hot in the NBA. Well, now we're going to have to look at maybe a different point guard to acquire. Rozier's back in the game, so it's clear they don't have any idea of trading him. He's up 78-70. Ah, shit. What a wild day.
March 25th, Rolly will be pumped.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable game against the Warriors. Ironically, I think that's a couple days before I'm supposed to go to Houston. I think Jovic just made another shot or made an assist. He'd up 10, 80-70. No Lonzo. That hurts.
Chase asks, what other point guards besides Lonzo? Wiggins' cap number is tolerable.
Agree.
Love the first rounder, especially how the Heat have been drafting.
Agree. Everything you just said, Chase, completely agree. Wiggins' cap number is tolerable enough to accept him into 26-27. Plus, it's a player option. It's not guaranteed that he, now what?
Steve Kerr walked out of the locker room with his head down after speaking to the team.
Yeah.
He
didn't want Jimmy Butler.
Wow.
It's been widely reported that Steve Kerr didn't want Jimmy Butler.
Did not. Oh, wow. Jeez. Well, I just didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah, he didn't want him.
I knew it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad. Okay, I think we're all caught up on supers, by the way.
Okay, so to answer your question, Chase, I'm going to have to look into that tonight, Chase. I cannot tell you right off the bat what point guards could be available via trade. I did create a doc. Let me see this here. I had a trade list of players. Malcolm Brogdon.
Brogdon could be interesting.
He's a 1-year, $22 million deal. While we're in a timeout, can you go to the sub counter? Still got 1,800 people watching. Appreciate you. Several trade suitors emerged for Lonzo Ball in recent days, but he and the Bulls have reached on a deal. Good for him, man. Good for him. Bummed that he's not coming to Miami. I'm just tweeting that out. Whatever. Maybe Malcolm Brogdon, $22 million. Wow, we've already picked up like 150 subs today. Not surprised. Appreciate everyone who had that sub on. We're also in sub-only mode the entire time, so you had to subscribe to comment.
That's funny.
I'm looking for other point guard trade candidates. I don't really see anyone, to be honest.
If you are just tuning in and are living under a rock, Jimmy Butler has been traded to the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, shout out to Cullen.
Yeah, just absolutely madness. The trade, had been flirted with. I mean, it had been knocked back. It came back. Just the whole thing. Jimmy Butler, as we sit here on February 5th, 2025, is a Golden State Warrior in the middle of a Miami Heat basketball game.
Yeah, they're so annoying for doing it during a game.
It's incredible.
So annoying.
It's honestly, incredible.
I'm actually more happy that it didn't happen overnight or really early in the morning. I've been waking up. I mean, I've been trying to wake up early anyway, but I've been waking up at 6:30 every day, which is way earlier than I usually do. Just in case something happened early in the morning, I could be right on top of it. By the way, Heat do lead the 76ers by 10 right now, 80-70.
But they do. There's some more Lonzos. Oh, wait, whoa. There's a Jimmy. Hold on, there's a Kyle Anderson thing. Miami is keeping Kyle Anderson for now. So Wiggins, Tucker, and Anderson are in Miami along with the Warriors' protected first rounder per Shams.
So apparently Toronto backed out of the deal.
Yeah, Toronto
Douchebags.
fell through.
We'll see if they ultimately find something over the next 18 hours or not.
My goodness.
Rozier's still playing for Miami, so they clearly don't trade him. Good thing Rozier's playing tonight because he's got fucking 18 points now. Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Trying to think of other trade point guards that have been put on the trade block.
So you got Malcolm Brogdon. Who else did you say?
I haven't said anyone but Brogdon because I can't think of anybody else.
Brogdon. Colin Sexton's like an interesting one.
No, I don't want Sexton. I know Sexton has been linked to Miami in the past.
Would have said Trey Jones, but he already got traded.
Wow, that's not guaranteed, actually. The Bulls are looking to move off of Trey Jones.
He was a target that I talked about. Well, I didn't talk about, but it was on Trey Target video earlier this year. He's an interesting name. Kind of good, undersized guard.
You know what? For a lot of people, I'll say this. The intrigue around the trade deadline is quite interesting still tomorrow. Even though Butler's gone, the Kyle Anderson, will they find a deal to move off of Anderson? Will they find a point guard? What will they do? Meanwhile, Miami's playing way better in the third quarter. They're up 86-74. I don't like Sexton's fit in Miami. Why? He's a scoring point guard. The Heat need a true point guard to help facilitate the offense.
He also isn't the best defender.
Right, and he's not that good of a defender.
Yeah.
The Heat need a true point guard.
Trey Jones is one.
Trey Jones is interesting. By the way, since the Heat are keeping Kyle Anderson, it would keep them in the luxury tax, which means Miami doesn't get the $11 million trade exception, and it doesn't have, and it has that tax bill. So I would expect Miami to try to trade Kyle Anderson before tomorrow.
Is Kyle Lowry thing?
No, we're not bringing Kyle Lowry back. Oh my God, you guys are. Some of the shit this team does, by the way, just drives me off. The Heat have 18 turnovers tonight. Unbelievably frustrating.
Let's see.
This is a wild night. Did Reed end up doing the highlight cut?
Yeah, he did. He reported it.
In the sponsors?
Yeah, he said he got it.
He's putting it out now? Okay. I was just wondering. Thank you, Reed.
What about Reggie Jackson, maybe?
Ugh.
I said that name earlier.
Ew.
I don't have a lot of good names.
Axie, it's a good point. Axie says I'm going to have to change my banner on Twitter. Go look at what my banner is on Twitter.
Well, I know your profile picture, obviously. I don't know what your banner is, actually. I keep wanting to type in Rolly.
Heat up 10 with a minute to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, you're gonna. That's such a elite picture, though.
Oh, it is. The timeout. That's a foul. Thank you. Ricky Council's into the game.
What a series that was, by the way.
While the Heat continually have Kyle Anderson on the roster, they are at 15 standard contracts. It's the max you can have. They are still in the first apron, I believe.
Kind of Schroeder thing, really kind of.
The Schroeder thing is interesting. I don't know why Miami didn't want to keep him.
I don't know either.
Kind of revisiting this. Why didn't? Because he's an expiring contract. Yeah. I want to keep Dennis Schroeder. I don't get that. Like, seriously, like, I don't know what world you can try to justify having PJ Tucker on the roster over Dennis Schroeder. I don't get that. Like, Dennis Schroeder's contract is, like, PJ Tucker is an expiring $11.5 million. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm pretty sure Dennis Schroeder's an expiring. Am I wrong on that?
I don't know that for a
No, Dennis is a $13 million expiring this year. So it would actually be a better expiring contract for you, and he fills a need of a true point guard. I don't understand that. Terry Rozier just missed a layup inside. I can't deal with him. And then Hawk has missed a point blank layup too. What a joke.
I'm literally just scrolling to see if I can find a guard.
What a shot by Ricky Council.
It's a center-heavy market. I'm not gonna lie with you.
You're saying Dennis Smith Jr.? He's overseas.
The only guards I'm seeing are like Marcus Smart.
Ugh.
As we mentioned, Jordan Clarkson's thrown out there.
That's not a true point guard.
Yeah, we're just listing guards. Yeah.
Still 1,600 people watching. If you want to get on the live show, make sure you super chat. Plus, we were live for the game. We broke down the Jimmy Butler trade. There is no reason for you not to be subscribed to the channel.
Looking.
Or in super chat.
Yep.
That's what I mean. Trey Mann. That's kind of my thing, GV. I've never seen GV in the chat on a live show. But it says they must have a point guard in mind they're specifically targeting. Why else would you move off Schroeder? I completely agree. By the way, third quarter just concluded. Miami will go into the fourth quarter up 86-79. I'm in on Brogdon.
Brogdon seems like the best choice based on everything I'm reading.
I'm trying to think of the salaries Miami could trade for Brogdon. Kyle Anderson makes $9 million. They would need to get 13 more.
Trey Jones could be a good backup option.
I like Trey Jones potentially, but is he a starting level point guard in the NBA?
No, but can he give you 15 to 20?
No.
You don't think so?
Oh, you were talking minutes.
Minutes.
So for some reason, I thought you were talking
Minutes.
points.
Minutes, yes. 15, 20 minutes a night. Sorry to clarify. No, Trey Jones cannot give you 15 points.
Trey just went out. Miami, he traded the Warriors.
Cool. All right, cool.
Didn't the Ringer? Oh, it was the Athletic.
The Athletic.
The Athletic put out a trade board.
No.
Let's go through position guard. Lonzo staying per. Not really. I'm not really in on Marcus Smart. Brogdon maybe. Oh my God, there is nobody out there.
I'm just telling you, like nobody.
Nobody's out there. There is nobody out there other than Brogdon. I think Brogdon's the best one. I think it's the only one.
Yeah.
There's no way Fanspo's already updated the trade. Have they? Do you think they've done it?
Never know until you find out.
If they did, they're goated. They did, they're goated.
No,
but they did update. They already have Chris Middleton from earlier today.
Yeah.
So let me just bring in the Warriors here just to make sure.
Cool.
So Kyle Anderson, 8.7.
Oh, I'm just seeing the video about
What video?
the fan breaking the news to the Miami bench.
Oh, isn't that hilarious?
That's awesome.
I mean, I don't think Washington would do it, but could you trade just Terry for Brogdon straight up? I would do it. I think my eyes have turned towards Brogdon. Two things Miami should do before the deadline. Find a team to take on Kyle Anderson and try to find a point guard.
We are about to start the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, Heat lead by 7.
So we do have the updated. Where are you?
Let me watch this short.
Oh my God, they just traded Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler just got traded. 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 Jimmy Butler has been traded to the Golden State Warriors. Jimmy Butler has been traded to the Golden State Warriors. It is official. The Heat are getting Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Jimmy Butler just got traded to the Golden State Warriors.
That's funny. That's funny. Masters say we lost the trade. I don't know how. I don't know. Like, how could you say the Heat lost the trade? What are we talking about over here? Why are the coaches meeting, by the way? Because when we were thinking about the Heat, what were they looking for? Draft capital, flexibility in 26-27, and a piece to help you win now. Andrew Wiggins helps you win now. You get a pretty good first-round pick, in my opinion. Top 10 protected for Golden State. I predict them to be in the playoffs, so I think it will convey this season in a good draft class of 2025. So you'll have a first-round pick in this upcoming draft. If not, you'll have one soon. You get an expiring in PJ Tucker. What else can you ask for?
Okay. Yeah, Justin said the VOD pushed. Officially.
Got everything you could ask for. Enforce says no PJ and no Kyle. I don't want Kyle. I don't want him, but does that mean like you lost the trade because you got him? You were always gonna get contracts and players that. So the fourth quarter didn't end. That's funny.
Oh, well, that's very good.
You always gonna get contracts and players you didn't want. Like to be stressing and freaking out over Kyle Anderson. Like what?
It's a choice. Not a choice I would have made, but it's a choice.
The Heat, this is a good deal that the Heat made because they got Jimmy Butler off of the roster. That was priority number one. And they got a good first-round pick out of it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can hate this deal.
Dirty Old Man Gaming says, do you think this frees up KD to the Mavs?
No, KD's not going to get traded. I thought there was a sliver of a chance that KD got traded to Miami, but evidently it was made obvious to Miami that they were not trading KD, or Miami just didn't feel comfortable waiting any longer and had a deal on the table from Golden State and just went and did it, which I honestly don't care. I know people will want to try to get KD, and everyone was smoking the pipe dream of Durant. I am just happy the Heat made a deal. They don't have to worry about Jimmy Butler returning to this roster. I like Wiggins' fit on the team a lot. And that first-round pick, man, I'm going to keep referencing it. Love the first-round pick. Love it.
Love it, love it. Time says unsubscribed.
Wrong, because you commented and we're in sub-only mode. The Heat just turned it over for the 19th time. We need a point guard so bad. Like, seriously. A Dembana right hooks over Bam going. Jesus.
Like, did he not?
I'll tell you what, if you're, I mean, I'll root for the Warriors slightly. I think Jimmy and Steph are going to be fun. But, that three almost went from Jaime. We're going to lose this game. I just know we are.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be another blown game, and it's going to frustrate.
So this is the official trade.
This is the official trade as of now.
As of now.
Wiggins, Tucker, Anderson to Miami. Protected 2025 first, also to Miami. Pistons get Josh Richardson. And good effort, guys. You guys are a fucking joke right now, man.
Good effort.
They just allowed Eric Gordon to get 2 offensive rebounds. Are you serious? Heat lead 86-83. Bam's playing so much better. I will say I'm not happy about Schroeder going to Utah. I would have liked to keep him instead of getting PJ Tucker. It is what it is. Mike Conley. Would they trade Mike Conley?
I don't think so.
Would they? I don't know if they would.
I don't know either.
This game is frustrating. I don't want to care about this game, but I kind of have to care about this game. Because that's just who I am.
You're just that guy.
I'm just that guy. Wow, why were you here so late, by the way?
I was getting the Lakers ready for tomorrow.
Gotcha. Rozier's been hooping today. I'm not even going to lie. What is that now? 20 points? Yeah, 20 points for Rozier. 20 points for Jovic. He still hasn't missed a shot. Look at Nikola, 20 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. What a stud. He just got another rebound. Then he turns it over. Shocker.
10.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
I see we have preloaded. So next commercial break for sponsor.
Oh, yeah. We'll run that preloaded for sure.
Yes.
We'll run that preloaded for sure. Let you be Dubs fans? Nah.
Do you think
If you guys, like, no offense, Cullen, you could say whatever you want ever. You can root for Jimmy and Golden State, but if you were legitimately Warriors fans now, then you were never Heat fans to begin with. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Dirty Old Man Gaming sent in the same super chat just with $2. Said, "Do you think this frees up KD to the Mavs?"
I don't think so. Katie's not going anywhere.
Wasim says, "Cullen, are you and Harrison going live tomorrow?" We are going live, but not together. I will be live on Knicks tomorrow, and Harry will be live on our main /76ers channel and Bulls channel. There's a bunch of channels going live tomorrow, but check them out on main. Okay, we did get a super chat.
We'll be live tomorrow still, breaking down NBA trade news and stuff like that. See if Miami makes another move. The Heat want to make another move. They want to move off Kyle Anderson. That is no surprise. There's no shock. They will be looking to trade Kyle Anderson tomorrow. VOD's off to an okay start. It's actually not that bad. You never know with like a highlight cut and stuff like that. I always had a plan, Cullen, of the trade happening, doing a quick VOD, pushing it out, and then going live with like what Smitty did with Warriors. It sucks that it happened while we were already live. Jovic is at the line for 2. He made the first. Jovic still hasn't missed a field goal today. He missed a free throw.
Yeah.
Every time.
Are we wanting to do a post-game cut after this, or probably let the Butler video ride?
Yeah, we're not going to put it out, but if you would be, I'll return the favor of helping you with Lakers.
Okay.
If you finish out this game and film a post-game. Because I don't know if I should do, well, I know what the video is, but I don't know if it should be a Q&A or, Jovic getting the line again. He's so good. Or I put together a little bit of a trade target video.
Up to you. I mean, honestly, what do you guys want? Just curious.
DeAndre says, "Roll is my guy. He talks just like me watching the Heat lately." Yeah. Listen, I wear my heart on the sleeves. Yes, I said that right. Heart on my sleeves. Wear my heart on the sleeves. I hope we win this game. Jovic is at the line for 2. This needs to be a win. You get a win and trade Jimmy Butler on the same night, that's a double win.
That is what
I hate that I'm celebrating trading Jimmy so much, but the idea of him coming back to this roster and the Heat having to carry this mess into the offseason was so much of a headache in my mind that I just couldn't fathom it. I'm so happy. And Andrew Wiggins has played well this year. I'm excited to watch Andrew Wiggins play basketball in a Heat uniform. I am actually excited. And I'm even more excited about that 2025 first-round pick. I'm going to say that a zillion times, so I'm sorry already for telling you guys that. But that 2025 first-round pick makes me extremely happy. This is a loaded NBA draft class. It's a loaded class. It's a really good group of prospects. I've already started to begin looking into them slightly. I can't say I've been fully scouting them just yet, but I've started to look to a couple of these guys. There are a lot of good players. And say the Warriors pick anywhere between 11 and 14, like they missed the playoffs, but they don't get good lottery luck, and you're picking in the lottery this year, but you make the playoffs as well, and you don't have to, and you still, wow, bam, good tough bucket there. Like, I would be through the roof. I'd be so happy. Boy Wonder says Steve Kerr's pissed. Yeah, that's the funny thing. And that's why it was interesting. Timeout, Philadelphia. I'll finish this thought, and then we'll go talk about prize picks for the last time tonight. It was always fascinating to me that it was widely reported and known around the league Steve Kerr did not want to trade for Jimmy Butler. But the front office of Golden State knew that they had to make a seismic move to try to help Steph Curry compete in the West. because the roster just simply wasn't good enough.
Yep.
So they either had to take the shot on Jimmy and upset their head coach a little bit, but get the talented guy to the group. Because Steve Kerr wanted to trade for Nikola Vucevic.
Yep.
Widely known they wanted Vuce. But Vuce doesn't upgrade the Warriors. Whatever you want to say about Jimmy, headache, locker room cancer, fit, whatever you want to say. He's a damn good basketball player when it matters, and he's a good co-star. And I'm going to be very fascinated to see how it plays out for Golden State this year. I'll tell you what, I will be glued into a lot of Warriors games. Yeah. If the nights that they play and Miami's not, I'll probably be watching the Warriors every night, to be honest. Yeah. But we're going to tell you about prize. Oh, wait. I'll read the super chat. Love effing PJ. Defensive menace, creates chaos, and hit corner three. Yeah, Kyle, but my problem with PJ is, like, who is he playing over? Is he playing over Haywood? Is he playing over Jovic? Is he playing over Jaquez? Like, who's he playing over? You got 3 wings. And Wiggins just came in. So he's your 5th wing. I don't see a pathway for him to play, which is why I don't understand not keeping Schroeder, because he's got the same expiring deal, but he fits your roster needs. I don't understand not trading him. I don't get it.
That's fair.
But we'll continue to answer questions and talk through this game and more Jimmy Butler stuff in just a second, but we are sponsored by Prize Picks. We are sponsored by Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports platform in North America. And make sure you get in on the action for the final game of the football season, because you won't get to do football Prize Picks for quite a while. And they are actually offering a free pick for the big game. Patrick Mahomes more than half a passing yard. Pair that up with one more stat projection, and you can win real cash. Prize Picks is the best place to get in on real money sports action, with over 10 million members on the platform. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts, like Taco Tuesday each Tuesday. Prize Picks discount select player projections up to 25% to provide you even more value for your lineups. I've got a 3-player entry for tonight's game, as I always do. You see, I was actually given some promo funds from Prize Picks. They do that sometimes. So little 975, Bam Adebayo, more than 18.5 points, more than Hero, 29.5 points and assists, and more than Tyrese Maxey, 24.5 points. Just another example how you can play daily with basketball, collegiate, professional, same thing with hockey. Get started today. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. All right, we're back. Shot the Prize Picks. A 3 just got hit by someone, and the Heat's lead is down to 5. Maxey.
Maxey.
Where is Bam in points?
16.
So I need him to have like 4 more points, and my Prize Pick's going to hit, which is chills. Good shot, missed by Bam there. 7 minutes to go in the game. There's major implications for the Heat. They need to move Kyle Anderson. Because right now, if they can't move Anderson, they are still in the first apron, and they're basically removed from the buyout market. But if you're able to get rid of Kyle Anderson, you get under the first apron, you have no luxury tax. See, Rozier's got to pass that up. That's just a ridiculous shot by Terry Rozier. I can't fucking stand him. He could have dropped it off to Bam for a 2-handed slam, instead did a Euro step contested layup and missed, and then the Heat couldn't get the rebound. Just ridiculous. Oh, that was a clean block by Larson. Maxey going to line for 2. They need to move Kyle Anderson. They do. Because as much as I don't really care, because it's not my money, it would be very helpful to the Heat if they are able to move off of his contract, get under the first apron, under the luxury tax, and be able to go to the buyout market, but also get an $11 million trade exception. Be very nice. That's the #1 goal tomorrow for me, is to get Kyle Anderson off the roster.
Yeah. Time says, I don't know what to type. Type whatever you want, man.
Well, appreciate you, Time.
We do. Yeah, still kind of processing this whole thing. Rolly, I know your head's probably just going fairly quickly.
So no one wants to take Anderson. I get that, but you can just attach one of your second-round picks to move off of him. Now, I know a lot of people want to move off Terry Rozier, myself included. But I would love to get under the first apron if you can.
Yeah.
The Heat's number one goal tomorrow will be moving off of Kyle Anderson. Number one goal. I can't believe Jimmy Butler sent out a tweet.
What did his tweet say?
It was just a video of like a song. Or Welcome to the Wild Wild West or whatever it is. Heat still have a game to play, and we'll be here to react and break down the final 6 minutes from this game.
You guys want to do a mailbag or?
Can you show my prize picks, actually? I actually forgot what mine actually is.
Little
I know I had Maxey 24.5 points, and he already hit it. 18.5, so I need 3 points from Bam. And I had Hero 29.5 points and assists, and I think he has like 23 points. Let me check.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's got 24.7 assists. So Heroes already get the more than. Maxey already hit the more than. I literally just need Bam to get 3 points. Be chill. Be a nice hit, man. Be a nice hit.
Holy.
What a wild night, folks. This is why you subscribe to the channel.
Yep. Bang, bang. Where do you rank Golden State in the West now? After the Jimmy
As a
Butler?
contender,
Just like, yeah, in terms of, hey, coming out of the West. I mean, obviously you have teams in front of them, but where do they rank for you? Per se.
they're still going to be behind OKC, behind Memphis, in my opinion, behind the Nuggets. Let me check the standings just to get the full picture.
You got the Rockets, the Grizzlies.
See,
I'm not a fan of them either.
I like the Rockets as a fun story. I think they're playing good ball.
They're also too young to.
But I think if they played a playoff series, I think Golden State would win. I think Jimmy and Steph would be too much. I think Dallas is better than Golden State. I know Golden State's ahead of them in the standings technically right now, but I think Dallas is better once they get fully healthy with Kyrie, AD, Caleb Martin, some of those other guys like PJ Washington still there. Clippers fully healthy. I'll take the Clips.
Really?
Yeah. I'm actually skeptical. I don't know if I would take the Lakers or not. I have to see because the Lakers front court is so bad that like they just can't win if they keep that front court they have.
Oh, if Jackson Hayes is your starting center in a playoff series, you are.
Put it up, Bam.
Sorry for the.
Oh! Fuck, that'd have been sick if Tyler Hero made that. Kick it out, Terry! I hate this fuck. I actually hate him. Holy shit! I can't even think about anything else because Terry Rozier is so bad. By the way, Paul Larson getting big-time minutes down the stretch here. I hate Terry Rozier. He is doing he plays the most brain-dead CTE type of basketball. I can't believe it. I can't have him on my roster. I need him off. I can't do it anymore. I don't care that he's having a good game. Missed another 3. Ever since I've watched him, he's sucked. Good move, Tyler. Big bucket. Heat back up 7.
Getting buckets.
Would you pick Minnesota or Golden State?
In a playoff series?
Yeah.
Minnesota. I think I would.
Really?
Like as much as I respect Jimmy and Steph, I think Golden State with the combination of Rudy Gobert's defense, I think I would trust them more than Golden State on a half a season of chemistry. I would.
Yeah, I'm interested. Oh, I didn't realize Jovic has 23 points, 6 assists, 5 boards. What a game from Nikola.
It's a toss-up, though. You could convince me to go the other way.
He's playing point guard for Miami right now, by the way.
Little point forward.
Bam, make something happen, kid. 2 on the shot clock, puts up a deep 2. No good. He's selling. He's not gonna get 3 more points. Somehow.
Yeah. Would you rather have hit your prize picks or Jimmy Butler been traded tonight?
Or like not get traded?
Or
Like,
yeah,
well, I mean, I guess like
not get traded. Excuse me. Yes.
I would have rather taken the prize picks. Oh, Paul George, tough 3. He'd only up 4 minutes to go. Because I would have wanted the trade to happen not while I was already live on the game. I mean, it was cool because we already had like 600 people watching when the trade happened, so it kind of just was already live, hit the jet stream after that. Hero misses a 3. We're going to lose and choke this game like we do every fucking night. Only up 4 with 4 minutes to go. All right, we're going to lock back in on this game a little bit here. So if you're just tuning in for the trade, we'll talk more trade after the game, but Heat up 97-93 in Philadelphia with 3:40 to go. Maxey scoop layup doesn't go. Rebound, bam. Double-double for Adebayo. 16 points, 10 boards. Jimmy Butler's going to wear 10 in Golden State.
10.
Chris Haynes just reported he's wearing 10. That doesn't sit right by me.
That doesn't sit right at all.
Jimmy Butler wearing 10 doesn't sit right by me.
Time.
Didn't want to take Andrew Wiggins' jersey number. 22 is available. That's what Wiggins wears in Golden State. What jersey? Hey, everybody in the chat, time out on the floor. Predict it for me. Oh, good luck tomorrow, by the way, time.
Yeah, it's not.
What jersey number will Andrew Wiggins wear tomorrow? Or we're on the Heat. They can't give him 22. Can't give him 22. I know some people will. Can't do it. I won't do it.
Wow. Raptors and Hawks are neck and neck in their pursuit of Brandon Ingram or Sam Hinkie.
Fun.
Ingram needs to just
He does.
Yeah, in terms of Wiggins' number, what numbers are available for Miami?
J1 sent for before I answer this, J1 says when will Wiggins play? I will bet his debut will come Monday. I mean, he has all day Thursday, but my thing is like I don't know if this trade gets finalized for a while.
Yeah.
Like it will get finalized before the deadline tomorrow, but I don't think it gets finalized until the deadline because the Heat are going to try to expand this to a Kyle Anderson trade as well, which is why I think it ultimately will get pushed in. I don't think he'll be ready to play on Friday against the Nets. And I think his debut will be on Monday, which I believe is the Celtics. Oh yeah, I have a lot of them now.
No, I was just saying, how does that feel? I make you feel he's wearing 22.
Oh yeah, all the Photoshops have him wearing 22.
I just was gay.
Yeah, we're not gonna do a Q&A because I have enough in my own head to just do a normal video to put out tomorrow morning and just do like major rumors after the Jimmy Butler trade. Those videos, by the way, arguably do better than the breaking news all the time. What a save by Terry Rozier. He almost turned it over, but got it back. Heat up 4 with 3.5 to go. Hero pick and roll with Bam. Hero probing, driving on Oubre. Gets inside, layup, missed it. Bam misses the putback. I've watched Bam miss 4 straight shots ever since he needed only 3 points to make my prize picks. We're going to lose this game.
Oh, we are. Ant saying that's how many points he's going to average in Golden State.
No chance, but... What defense by Bam on Paul George. Forces an air ball. And then a block by Jovic inside. 5-on-4 Miami. Take advantage. Go, 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 go! Larson, wide open left wing 3. Give it to me, Palau. He hits it! Big 3, Palau Larson! Timeout, Philly. 193 Miami. That's a big 3 by the second-round pick who's closing over Jaime Jaquez Jr. tonight. I haven't paid attention enough to see if Palau Larson was playing good. I mean, that's his first made shot of the ball game. Well, how about Larson? Is Palau wearing foul trouble? He didn't get hurt, did he? What?
He's got 0 personal fouls.
No fouls. No points. 13 rebounds, though. Oh, he's got 3 fouls.
Oh, I thought you said below Larson. I don't know why.
Oh.
Oh, man. Overall, grade the trade, too.
Mitch just slacked us. Do you like Terry Rozier? He must have tuned in when I crashed out about Terry Rozier a second ago. I hate Terry Rozier.
Another good L3.
Now, with that being said, ironically enough, this is probably one of the best games he's played all year. 20 points, 5 assists, 8 of 17 shooting. He was also, by the way, fun fact on Rozier, 20 points today. He had 16 at the half on 6 of 10 shooting. So in the second half, Cullen, when I started watching the game again instead of reacting to the Jimmy Butler trade news more, he is 6 or 2 of 7 for 4 points. I mean, the guy is terrible. He doesn't play any defense either. I still think Miami should do everything in their power to trade him tomorrow. I do. Walk with me, Colin. Walk with me.
Oh, I'm walking?
Walk.
I'm walking.
Just had an idea. I know Washington took Chris Middleton today for Kyle Kuzma, making $31 million this year. What if Paul Larson called for a foul? The Heat trade Kyle Anderson?
Your mic just went muted.
My mic went out.
There you go.
Oh, we're
I
back.
don't know why you're turning. It just went
What if Kyle Anderson's $9 million, Terry Rozier's $24 million?
Keep looking that way.
But does it work when I look this way?
Like if you turn.
It doesn't work right now.
Nope.
Being dead serious.
I mean,
it says it's going right there.
But you're like when you're literally fully looking at me.
You're telling me it's not doing anything.
Now
right
it is now. Now it's good.
All right. Anyway, $24 million of Rozier, $9 million's Kyle Anderson. Chris Middleton off the bench becomes a $34 million expiring next year.
Even Mitch said, "Yeah, I can't confirm every time he turns."
Interesting. Never. 4. 2.5 to go. Maxey just made both free throws, so it's 195.
All right, I don't know what you just did. It just went out for a little bit.
Went out again. Maybe I'll have to unplug here in just a second. Maxey's got 28. Not even shooting that well. 10-25. Hero driving. Right elbow. Kicking. Jovic. Left wing 3. Rattled in and out, but Adebayo tips it out to Hero. Pull up 3. No good. Another offensive rebound by Bam. Now it hits the deck. Ball loose. Sixers have numbers. Eric Gordon to Oubre. He just traveled! He traveled!
Rolly, disconnect real quick. Sorry. You guys are tuning in. Score is 195. The Miami Heat are winning over the Philadelphia 76ers. Jimmy Butler has been traded to the Golden State Warriors. We will be breaking it down fully after the game. Yeah.
We'll be doing more of a breakdown. We'll also talk about what could be next tomorrow for Miami.
Oh my gosh, still doing it.
Well, I don't want to tell you. This is not. I can't control this anymore. It's unplugged and replugged in.
Yeah, I know. You're going in and out. I don't know why.
Look this. I don't know. I guess I was going in and out. We'll see if it continues to do that. Hopefully not. Oubre's at the line for 2. He made the first. Missed the second. So the Heat stay up 4 with 2 minutes to go.
Try to stand as still as you can.
All right. I'm going to try to stay as still as possible. A bucket here would go a long way. We got to get a win tonight. We got to get a win. Jovic gets it to Hero. Someone take over. Hero, right elbow, pull up mid-range shot. Good! The All-Star doing All-Star things. Miami leads by 6. Minute and a half to go. Hero now with 26 points on the evening. Good bounce-back game for him. Shooting above 50% from the field as well. Maxey, right corner. Working on Larson. Driving, baseline. Floater. Doesn't go. Missed shot by Oubre. Ball loose. Out of bounds. To Miami. Heat get ball back up 6. Minute 20 to go.
Kyle says I blame Cullen. Yeah, it's probably my fault. You're right.
Let's go. Big time. A bucket here might end things with under a minute or just about a minute to go. Jovic brings it up, who's been phenomenal tonight. Bam still at 16 points. What a fraud. Hero crossing on PG. Ooh, had him on case for a second. Now drives right. Hero step. Swings it. Oubre the other way. Loses the handle. You get a mic, please? I mean, I can't do anything about it. Hero left wing. Drops it in the Bam in the corner. Bam facing up. Do something, Bam. 40 seconds to go. Jab step. Drive. Stripped. Gets it back. 4 on the shot clock. Free throw line jumper. Adebayo. Good! Chaos! But Bam hits the jumper. 33 seconds left to put Miami up 6. Spam those 13s. Spam those 13s. Big time shot by Adebayo. Heat lead by 6. It's 104-98. I can't believe my prize picks is going to miss by half a point unless Bam gets the ball back and gets. That's ridiculous. We're trying. For everyone in the chat saying Mike, Terry Rozier's. Blame Terry Rozier. It's always his fault. Everything that ever goes wrong at the Heat Report, it's his fault. I was thinking about this, Colin. I think this is the best night of sleep I'm going to get in a long time. Best night of sleep I'm going to get in a long time. Back. By the way, are we back on the mic situation? Are we fine now, people? Sounds good? Feels good? Adebayo, 18 points, 12 boards, 218 career doubles for him now. I need one more point. Unbelievable. It's Prize Picks is in Vegas, but they always know. They always know.
Appreciate the help, Mitch.
Thank you, Mitch. They always know, man. I'm praying Bam gets the rebound and gets fouled. Or the Sixers score, and then they foul Bam. I'm begging. I need a point.
I would say if they score a 3, you at least have to inbound to somebody.
Now I have to try to prioritize. Do I want them to score so they have to foul Bam potentially, or do I want to stop and a guaranteed win? Tough call. Maxey, step back 3, creates space. Well, he hits the 3. It's a 3-point ball game. Timeout Miami. That was a dirty step back by Tyrese Maxey. Just put Plo Larson on skates and hit a left wing 3. He's now got 31 points in the ball game, and the Heat's lead is only down to 3. I need 19 points for Bam, Lords. Also, the Heat with 1 timeout left, Philadelphia none. Ball will be advanced to the front court after the timeout. I'll say this. I don't think Bam will get it. Miami should do everything in their power to get the ball to Tyler Hero, who is the team's best free throw shooter. So, but Philadelphia knows that as well, Cullen, and they're going to try to get or double Tyler Hero with everything in their power.
Yeah. Who's the second best free throw shooter on the floor for Miami, other than Hero?
Sorry, what did you say? Second best free throw shooter? It's actually Terry Rozier, ironically enough. He's kind of struggled from the free throw line as of late, but he at one point, like 2 weeks ago, was shooting 91% from the line. Not a lot of free throw attempts, but that's what it was. That's what it was. Trade for Maxey? I wish, man. Tony says Spo will get it to Rozier to confuse Philly. If I know Spo, he'll try to big brain this and get it to Rozier. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I'm trying to think of what the Heat could do tomorrow to upgrade from this point guard spot. There's just none out there, man. No true point guards. Maybe Brogdon.
Major Nelson says, why don't we play Isaiah Stevens at point guard?
Because he's not a NBA caliber player. I don't know how many times I got to tell you about this, Major. If he was an NBA caliber player, he would not be playing in the G League. Jovic to inbound. They're just hacking the shit out of Hero. They get it to Bam, and it's tipped out of bounds, and this might get reviewed. Philly is very adamant it's off Adebayo. This could be a train wreck. Let's watch the replay.
Yep.
I think that is off Bam. You got to be shitting me. Oh, nope. No review. Miami to inbound it now. Jovic gets it to Hero. Hero just lays it up and in to guaranteed 2 points. Heat back up 5. Philly has no timeouts. Maxey brings it up. He's going to take a fired step back 3. You know he is. No, he swings it to Oubre. Oubre's 3. No good. Larson with the rebound. He gets it to Hero. The Sixers are going to foul Hero, and the Heat ice this one. So they're not going to get my prize picks. Unbelievable. But the Heat are likely going to hold on to this one. Up 5 with 12 seconds to go. Lied. Here are not in the bonus yet, so it will be... That's good then on Hero from getting that layup, by the way. To guarantee the 2 instead of having to keep on re-inbounding it. 106-101. 12 seconds remain. Timeout Miami. To talk things over. Advance the ball.
30 for Hero, by the way. After that bucket.
Hero now with 30 points. All-star, doing an all-star type thing, as he always does.
I will say, is Terry, the fact that he's played as bad as you say he has, and he has 20, granted 8 to 17 from the field, but he'll take that for Miami.
Yeah. Certainly better than usual. Funny little irony here about the trade tonight, by the way. We'll talk about it more about what's next for Miami after the game. But how about this note? Kevin Love and Andrew Wiggins were traded for each other when Wiggins was the number 1 overall pick.
Right.
And Love went to Cleveland. Wiggins ultimately got drafted by Minnesota. They're now teammates.
Yep.
Jimmy Butler and Josh Richardson traded for each other in the sign-and trade. That's how Miami got Jimmy. Traded now away from the Heat in the same deal. Little poetic irony there. Andrew Wiggins will also be the 4th number 1 overall pick to ever play for the Miami Heat. Joins an esteemed list of LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, Greg Oden.
Love it.
Love it indeed. I still don't get why they traded Schroeder.
He wouldn't have fit, apparently, according to our Warriors host.
I don't know, man.
I'm not saying he can't play. That's what he told me.
Jovic to inbound here. 12 seconds to go. Don't turn the ball over, and you're going to be in a good spot. They get it into Larson. They now swing it to Jovic. 8 seconds. Oh, no, they call a late foul. I didn't even think they fouled. I thought Larson got out of his hands first. Oh, you know why people were freaking out? People want the Heat to trade for or Heat fans trade for Brandon Ingram.
Oh, yeah, I did mention that.
I mean, you said Brandon Ingram's being shopped. I don't think Miami will do it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God! Pete Alonso! Back to the Mets! It's the night of Rolly!
Holy shit.
It's the night of Rolly! I'm a
another-
diehard Mets fan. My dad grew up in Queens. He's back to the Mets. That's hilarious. Larson made both free throws. Heat up 7 with 9 seconds to go. Heat get a big win. Spam the W's in the chat. Spam the W's in the chat. Big win for Miami. They bounce back on a second night of a back-to-back after the disruptive, disgusting loss last night to the Bulls and get a win. 2 years, $30 million per year. Opt out after the season. It's the night of Rolly. Big win. Spam those W's. What a night for the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler traded the night before the deadline. The Heat get the win that they desperately needed. Everything's up.
Jeremy Sanchez, why didn't we get Ingram? So maybe that was also.
Yeah, so people are on my mentions on Twitter talking about trading for Brandon Ingram. Sorry, I just saw this tweet. Miami Heat are undefeated since trading Jimmy Butler. Just a fact.
Facts are facts.
1-0. Just a fact. But people are talking about trading Wiggins and Kevin Love for Brandon Ingram. Now, I think Miami could make that fit in the first apron. I'd probably rather do like Wiggins and Anderson, I guess. But my thing is, would you be willing to trade a first-round pick for Ingram? I don't want to do that. So I'm not doing it. I also think I could argue, I'll answer that in a second, that Wiggins fits Miami better. You might think I'm crazy for saying that. In a vacuum, is Brandon Ingram a better player than Andrew Wiggins? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But Wiggins fits Miami's need more. They needed a 3-and-D wing. They don't need another ISO guy. You lean on Bam and Hero to be your offensive creators. You need a connecting piece. That's what Wiggins is. Plus, I also am not paying Brandon Ingram $200 million over 4 years, which is what he wants. Love that. I actually wanted the Fatso gone, but that's a pretty good valued contract. I can't lie. I can't lie. Heat back above 500, 25-24 record. Big win for Miami. Still over 1,000 people watching. Appreciate everyone still tuning in. Make sure you've subscribed if you haven't already. We could turn this into a shit show type of night if we want to party, want a super chat. Any $20 super chat gets you into the Heat Report Hall of Fame. I also do a beer bong for the rest of the night. Rest of the night, beer bong. It was here. Oh, yeah. $20 super chat. You get into the Heat Report Hall of Fame, and we'll do a beer bong, chug a beer to celebrate. It's a monumental night for the channel, for the franchise of Miami. They move off Butler after the chaotic last 5 and 6 week stretch that has been. They get Andrew Wiggins, a first-round pick, PJ Tucker, and Kyle Anderson right now. Yeah, I think only really one social is what. Hold on, let me see. Did I bookmark it? Might have bookmarked it. Did I at least had to like it. Hey, Kyle with a $20 super chat. We'll get that on screen in just a second. Did I not tweet this out? Oh, let me go find the tweet. I need to have this for the post game. Shout out to Kyle Lazarus. Abraham says Marsh says hi. How do you know what Marsh is saying? How do you know? I actually am still pressed that they traded him during the game. So pressed, bro. Let me find this tweet here. This one? Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. I'll send you this. Yeah. I think it was this one that I wanted. Shout out to Kyle, $20 super chat. I'm going to get you on the ball here in just a second. I just got to send Cullen this tweet. If you can fit that. If you can't, it's fine. You can also delete the first line of text for that. Okay. It's more, I more or less need the bottom 2 lines of text above the luxury text, above the first apron. That's more or less what I need for this video. So many people are with me about the Kyle Anderson, not the Kyle Anderson thing, but the PJ Tucker, Dennis Schroeder. It's so odd. I don't get why they didn't want Dennis Schroeder. What a trade deadline, though. Holy shit. Jimmy to Golden State, Kuzma to Milwaukee, AD to Dallas, Luka to Los Angeles, Levine to Sacramento, Fox to San Antonio, Middleton to Washington. What a wild day, man. Wild, wild day. Where did I put my pen? There, I got it here. Shout out to Kyle Lazarus with the $20 super chat. We're going to do a beer bong here, too, in a second. No, I don't. I was ill-prepared today. Because we usually don't do beer bongs unless it's a big super chat. But we're lowering it to keep the party going tonight. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Hold on. Let me Slack you here. Got to Slack Cullen the flavor of Happy Date I want. The Heat do still have a trade exception. It's $2.2 million, but they want to move under the luxury tax. There's no doubt about that. NBA Centel is fucking hilarious, dude. NBA Centel is hilarious, bro. Oh, by the way, I did want to actually bring this up. Earlier we said that the Warriors and Jimmy agreed to a 2-year, $121 million extension, and I said to myself, wait, I thought he couldn't sign anything more than 2-year for 113. I was right. The extension is a 2-year, $113 million extension. So it's the same thing that he could have got from Miami. I was curious on why that was reported at 121 ultimately was just a missed calculation. Missed out calculation. Miscalculation. Now my whole Twitter feed is just Pete Alonso Met stuff. Thank you. I'm gonna need you to get another one. Hold on, before we leave. Shout out to Kyle Lazarus with a $20 super chat. Legend! He's into the Hall of Fame. Went with the watermelon, I see. Can tell those Happy Dad flavors from a mile away, folks. Tell them from a mile away. We're going to get Taylor. You're going to get your super chat on screen in just a second. If you want to talk about the Jimmy Butler trade, talk about the Heat's win tonight, what Miami can do tomorrow before the deadline, we will still be live talking everything. If you want to get on screen and guarantee your question, your thoughts to be shown on screen, talked about by yours truly, I am going to need you to super chat like Taylor, like Kyle. And like I said, we're going to do beer bongs the rest of the night for $20 super chats. But in the meantime, let me add Taylor Olson. First timer as well. Shout out to Taylor Olson. Kyle and Taylor getting on the ball right there. Shout out to the two of you. Shout out to the two of you. Appreciate you. Same flavor, Colin? Am I expecting watermelon or did you switch it up? You'll have to wait and see. I'm nervous. We'll see. Went lemon lime this time, huh? Lemon lime is my favorite. Lemon lime is my favorite. All right, we're going to get Taylor your super chat on screen here in just a second. That's the reason why I just did that beer bomb, by the way. You know what's funny? Because the trade is not finalized yet, because it's still expanding, Eric Spoelstra's not allowed to discuss anything about Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, or PJ Tucker. But shout out to Taylor Olson. First time super chat, Taylor Olson. 2 claps for Taylor. Appreciate you. What are your unlikely but possible trade moves that you believe Miami should go for before the deadline tomorrow? It's a great question. I made a video that went out on Sunday that was my perfect NBA trade deadline for the Miami Heat. It included the Heat trading Jimmy Butler to the Warriors for Andrew Wiggins. So, bang. Count it. Boom. But it also then included a trade with the Bulls for Lonzo Ball, which that's not going to happen. Lonzo signed a 2-year, $20 million extension with Chicago, $10 million over the next 2 seasons, which I got to be honest, good for Lonzo. I know Chicago has been wanting to keep him since he's been able to stay on the court this year since returning from that knee injury. I'm shocked he got $10 million. I am. $10 million per year, I'm a little shocked. Not going to lie, I'm a little shocked. But to answer that second question, I think Miami should absolutely be trying to find a trade partner for Terry Rozier, Kyle Anderson, and try to get a true point guard. That's what I'm going to try. That's what I would try to do. We can hold off a little bit too. We don't have to rush into this. James is spamming a question. My lord, James, if you want us to get it on screen, well, $2 super chat won't hurt you.
Yeah. Miami Heat win. Jimmy Butler trade. Pete Alonso signing. All brought to you by the Heat Report.
The night of Rolly, man. The night of Rolly.
The night of
I
Rolly.
tweeted this out. Lost in all the chaos tonight. Nikola Jovic is a budding star. Nikola Jovic, 23 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, off the bench, 8 of 9 shooting. Guy's ridiculous. Guy is really good, man. He's been playing really good basketball over the last week, too. What a week for Nikola Jovic.
Nice. We had 200 super chats. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's not more, to be honest. Not that we were pushing anything crazy, but I just thought more people would be pouring in. But we'll see.
Even Ian Rappaport's too.
Yeah, he's a big-time Mets fan.
Another $5 super chat.
$5 super chat. We'll get that on screen. This is an interesting comment, and I don't understand your reasoning on this, but
Loads. It's I feel like it's a personal vendetta type.
it has to be.
We'll see though. Load. Let Jovic run the point like Magic Johnson used to.
Yeah, my only concern is that like he isn't the best ball handler. He's a really good passer and he has high IQ, but they need someone that can handle pressure from opposing guards. $5 super chat from Sadikos TV. I'd rather have Ben Simmons shoot only threes for the Heat than have Wiggins on the Heat. Sad, can you explain to me why you don't want Andrew Wiggins? What is your vendetta against Andrew Wiggins?
It's a great question.
Why don't you want Wiggins on the Heat? I'm not trying to say he's better than Jimmy Butler. I'm not saying that at all, Cullen. And I'm not saying he's even a better fit than Jimmy. But how are you going to tell me someone who's averaging 17.8 points per game this year, shooting 38% from 3 on decent volume as well, and a really good, rangy, lengthy, athletic defender that will connect you from your front court to your back court? How are you going to tell me you don't want that? I don't get that. I don't get it. If you could give me a legit reason on why you would do that and why you don't want Andrew Wiggins, I'll hear you out. But I don't know if you have that. I don't get that. I'll say this. He is certainly not better than Jimmy Butler. I just saw that comment go into the chat. That's ridiculous. Don't let your brain get twisted now. Don't be drinking the juice. I don't get that. $2 super chat for my guy, Acquire Fitness. Good to see you again, my friend. Rolly just wanted to say what's up, brother. Appreciate you, man.
What's up, brother?
Okay, so I see his comments. He says, sounds exactly like Jovic to me. Look at when the big games got traded, they get something better than 17 point per game scorer. Wiggins is a way better defender than Jovic. Wiggins is more athletic than Jovic. Nikola is better in catch and shoot threes, but Wiggins is better finishing around the rim. Jovic has got passing. I'll give him rebounding slightly and IQ. Passing, IQ, rebounding, and shooting. But defense, athleticism, finishing, that goes to Wiggins. I honestly think a lineup, which I'm very intrigued to see how they would potentially fit and if Spo would do it. Could you see a Hero, Jovic, Wiggins, Bam, Ware lineup at one point? That is very lengthy and athletic and big. I would be fascinated. But to say you'd rather, I mean, I think he was being facetious and making a joke about the Ben Simmons thing. But the truth of the matter is there is no better return coming. To get a player of Wiggins' caliber and a first-round pick for a player in Butler who was so so messy, made it so difficult for the Heat to trade him. Like, I think it's a great return, man. Great return.
Here we go. We got Major coming in.
Hey, $10 super chat from Major.
Major.
I'm going to have to peruse around the league looking for guards. I really am. Oh, Major with $10 super chat. Forgot, I don't know how you say his first name. Misic. Hornets is available for trade. 7.5 points. 2.4 rebounds, 2.4 assists. Holy shit, he shoots 34.8% from the field. $7.7 million salary. Him and Jokic. Oh, he was on Serbia this past year when they got bronze. I'll look into him.
He was the other guard that
Can he start?
Come on.
Is he good enough to start? I don't know if he is. I want to peruse on the league for point guards. I'm going to say, okay, let me look it up on 2K. I swear to God, 2K will have a full list of point guards, and I'll look if NBA point guards.
I think Brogdon's your best bet.
I'm perusing a little bit here. Is there a point guard we could acquire that could start? I think Brogdon's going to be our best option. I don't think Phoenix would trade Tyus Jones, but I would love Tyus Jones. Trey Mann, maybe. But he's not a starter caliber guard.
Who?
Trey Mann.
No, it's not. While you're reading that, Kane Shades UNK says, "Is the Miami Heat guaranteed the first round?"
Yes, Kane, they are. Miami is getting it's a top 10 protected 2025 first round pick, Kane. If the Warriors finish inside the top 10 this year, it becomes a top 10 protected 2026 first round pick. If the Warriors are somehow dog shit enough to be in the top 10 in 25 and 26, it becomes an unprotected first round pick in 2027. So the Heat will be getting a Golden State Warriors first round pick this year, next year, or in 2027. It's a very good pick to have. I am very happy with that return on investment. And I'll be honest, the reason why I'm so happy about this is that in all of my mock trades that I did in this entire saga, whenever I talked about a potential Jimmy Butler trade and if Miami could land a first-round pick with the Warriors, I always projected a 2025 first-round pick, but I always did lottery protected. So like top 14, like if they missed the playoffs. But you get a little bit of leeway now. Like, what if the
Knicks trade Jericho Sims to the Milwaukee Bucks? Sorry.
Yeah, but what if the Warriors just miss the playoffs, but they don't get good lottery luck and end up with the 11th or 12th pick? That'd be perfect.
That would be nuts.
Be perfect. They are guaranteed the pick, though, to answer your question.
I'm going to send this production real quick.
All right, we're going to go back to 2K rankings. I'm looking at point guards. Looking at point guards. Ooh, I'd love Dyson Daniels, but they won't trade him. They won't trade Kobe White. I don't think Kobe White's that good of a fit.
Yeah. We did get the super chat coming in for Wasim. Says,
Brogdon intrigues me, man.
Drink on Rolly.
Oh, $20 super chat from Wasim. Wasim getting into the Hall of Fame, and we'll have a beer bong coming up in a second. Yeah, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you, my friend. It's going to be come along. I plan on working out after the game tonight. That is not happening. Wasim, 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 Wasim. Wasim, Wasim. Wasim, 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 Wasim. Wasim, Wasim. Shout out to you, Wasim Khan. Cullen going to get the beer bong. Trying to think of other point guards. I don't really see any out there, man. Not gonna lie, if we're talking about a starting caliber point guard to be added to our roster, it feels like there's only one out there, and it's Malcolm Brogdon. Now, the Heat could trade Kyle Anderson, go to free agency, and like sign Markelle Fultz or something like that. That would intrigue me. But I don't think there's any point guards out there. Yeah. The more I look, the more I just there's nothing. Lonzo Ball was kind of like that one dude where it fit Miami. It made sense with his contract situation. And maybe you can go after Trey Jones. Let me look up Trey Jones' stats. This season in San Antonio, he was averaging 4 points a game, 3.8 assists. He's a decent ball handler. He was basically a starter for San Antonio the past 2 seasons. When he started over the past 2 seasons for the Spurs, he averaged 10 points and 12.9 points per game, averaged 6 assists. Not a good shooter, though. 33% from 3 and 28% from 3. Oof. Oof. That's rough. That is rough. Lonnie Walker has no. Take Gabe Vincent, no. Cino, I say, should we scoop up Hood Schifino? I'd be in. I like Jalen Hood Schifino a lot. I'm very open about this. I wanted him to be the pick for Miami at 18 2 years ago when we drafted Jaquez. He was ultimately drafted 17th, the pick before Miami, by the Lakers, and we landed Jaquez. But I won't shy away. I wanted Jalen Hood Schifino. I know I just tweeted about Malcolm Brogdon. I'm intrigued by Trey Jones as well. I'm intrigued by Trey Jones as well. I don't like Sexton, man. I don't think Colin Sexton's a good fit. Cole Anthony. He's a scorer. He's not a point guard. We need a ball handler, man. We need someone that can create for others. We don't need another Terry Rozier type of guard. We need a true point guard. I'm looking for a guy that can run an offense and not turn it over, get others involved, but also hit a shot if they're open. And can defend a little bit as well. Cole Anthony can score. I'll give him that. But he just can't run an offense. What's Cole Anthony's contract to? What are the Magic up to over there? He's making 12.9. So technically you can trade Kyle Anderson and Kevin Love for Cole Anthony. Why would Orlando do that, though? I don't know.
What up, what up?
Andrew Nemhard's not available. Fred VanVleet is getting paid $40 million. That's not happening. They don't also want to move off Fred VanVleet. Taylor Olson says, leave Love out of this. What a wild day in the association.
Is this the most recent super that we got?
Wasim?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Mine's like not loading.
Yeah, it's the most recent one.
Okay.
Wasim, we got you in the Hall of Fame. And it's time to do this little beer bongsy as well. Shout out to you.
Drink up. Chug, 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 chug. Man, oh, man. So I'm assuming we've been talking about point guard trade targets.
Yeah, we've been talking about point guard targets.
Just came over from Warriors.
Where are they at? Are they having a party over there? What's going on?
They're they're chilling. They're chilling over there.
What does that mean?
They're, hey, they're answering supers. They're doing kind of what we're doing right
Okay,
now.
but like, where are they at in supers?
I did not ask. They just got to 100 likes, which I know we easily surpassed. So
yeah, we were on the pregame.
Yeah, exactly.
We're at that.
Exactly.
What's the audience like? Did you see?
I did not. I think it was, or actually, I briefly looked. It may have been around like 800, I think.
That's pretty good. We peaked at like 20. What was it? 26.
Not sure.
2,600
that number, but okay.
Yeah, 26.
Yeah.
27.
I will say, got a response from Tyler Smith, our Warriors host.
He hates the move.
He hates the extension. He actually is not a hater of the trade itself.
See, that's coping because he told me all week long that he did not want the Warriors to trade for Jimmy Butler.
I guess. That's just word for mouth. That's what he told me. He said he, initially was feeling it. He was like, "Yep, I'm cool with this trade," and then he saw the extension. Now is immediately sour on the move, which you were gonna have to pay. I mean, Jimmy had all the leverage in the extension anyway. Because if you're gonna trade that, you're gonna have to pay him.
All right, I'm not gonna ask for a lot of graphics here.
Just yeah.
I do kind of want these two. Hold on. Because we could still just chop it up with the chat. Still 400 people watching. We're going to film another video here.
Yeah.
Those could be really quick.
Yep. I'm just gonna go ahead and off screen because I got to make these. So.
Yeah. Brogdon, what is he getting paid? 22.5. I'm also going to try to have you make an L3 here. 1 year. 22.5 mil. Malcolm. Brogdon. L3. What's Trey Jones' contract like? Is he nothing? Is he on the Bulls with Fanspo now already? Yes, he is. 9 mil. On 1 year? Let me look all this up again just to make sure. I think I might be coming more and more on Trey Jones. Because I know the Bulls want to trade him. 1 year, 9 mil. I think I'm more on. I'm more and more in on Trey Jones. All right, so just get those 2 player bios and then those 2 L3s. That'd be greatly appreciated. Yeah, I'll just verbally say like whatever. Cause so for show flow. Oh, can I actually have you make that? I need that too. Just real quickly on that. So show flow, revisit, trade, sub, social, contracts, or financial update. Kyle Anderson Talk. Sub. Oop. Sponsor. PG Trade Targets. I don't know why I sent it to you in Slack and didn't just put it in the doc, but I just sent you. Like, that's kind of what the show flow will be. 380 people watching. Listen, we're staying live here. We're going to film another video. If you want to get your thoughts, comments, reactions to the trade ideas for the Heat tomorrow, they're probably done tonight, but they're still going to try to make a trade. We know that. We know they want to get rid of Kyle Anderson's contract. We know that point guard is a need for Miami. We know that maybe the Heat move off of Terry Rozier. I don't think they will target Marcus Smart, but maybe. Would you trade Rozier for Marcus Smart? I don't know. Like, I guess. Probably, actually, because I hate Terry Rozier with a burning passion. But that's more of, like, not I'm happy about adding him. I'm just more, like, get rid of him off my team. The Bucks are trading DeLon Wright in cash to the Knicks for Jericho Sims. DeLon Wright, Heat legend, going to the New York Knicks. That hurts, actually. Hurts a little bit inside. Let's actually look at the NBA scores around the league. Nuggets beating up on the Pelicans. The Suns are actually beating the Thunder by 8 points in the first half. How about Bradley Beal, leading scorer for... That's funny. Magic are up 4 on the Kings. The Bucks beat the Hornets. The Cavs beat the Pistons. Oh, that's good for Miami. Cavs beat the Pistons. We needed that. The Spurs beat the Hawks. That's also helpful. Wizards won tonight. They beat the Nets. Grizzlies won. Timberwolves beat the Bulls. So actually a really good night for Miami in the standings watch. Because of the Pistons losing and the Heat winning, we're firmly back into the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. A full game ahead of Detroit. We're a full game ahead of Orlando. Or 2 games ahead of Orlando. 3 of Atlanta for the 9 seed. We're 2 games behind Milwaukee for the 5. 3 games behind Indiana for the 4. We should have won last night. A win last night would have changed so much for us. It would have been huge. My age. Brandon Podziemski has 19 points for the Warriors as they're playing the Jazz in the 3rd quarter. Remember when we got beat by the Jazz by 36 at home? Yeah, they're 11 and 37. God, they're bad. God, they're bad. Hopefully the Magic lose today so we gain another half game on them. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go. Josh says, my question is why Alec Burks is still on the team. My question is, why doesn't Alec Burks get more minutes? I think he should play. You're saying Marcus Smart? Would they do a Rozier for Smart deal? Probably not. We'd probably also have attached maybe a pick to that. I don't know. I mean, Rozier's making more money next year. I don't know. Am I in on Marcus Smart? I don't know if I am. I think I would rather get Brogdon. If you're going for a $20 million guard, I'd go Brogdon because he's an expiring. That'd be sick. Has Brogdon even played this year? I don't even know. Like, I know he was hurt for a while. I'm pretty sure he's back, but yeah, he's been playing. Well, he's only playing 20 games. He's actually having a rough year shooting-wise, but good defender, notoriously good playmaker as well. I'm so on Smart. I am. The fact that, by the way, the fact that the Heat beat the Sixers tonight when they turned the ball over 22 times and the Sixers only had 4 turnovers is unbelievable. Thank God the Sixers shot 38% from the field. We were due, though, because the Bulls shot like 55% last night. And they shot a ridiculous number from 3. So, law of averages. Ugh. I can't complain about Kyle Anderson that much. It was just a throw in, but boy, does he suck. I also just hate his game. Despise it. The Heat clearly don't want him. They thought they had a deal. They thought the Raptors were taking in his contract. Honestly, fuck Toronto. Yeah, we can do that. All right. I love the fact that the Heat got that pick, man. Such a good pick. Such a good pick. All right, I was just reading some stuff on Twitter. What a fun day this has been. What a wild day. They're such assholes for making the trade during the game. I'll stand by that. What a bunch of dicks. For who, though? I'm trying to think of what the move could be to be able to get off of Rozier or something like that. Or Kyle Anderson. I don't know who they're getting, though. I don't know. All right. Oh, I just realized. I just heard. Actually, I'm just seeing this. This came out a long time ago. I didn't see this. Remember, apparently the Jazz are getting the second round pick from Miami in 2031. Yeah. Because hold on. Just 1 second on that. Huh. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see that. Might have been. No, I'll verbalize it. Yeah. Apparently, two Heat players just told reporters in the locker room that, or to the Heat players told reporters, yeah, that resolution of situation is relief and helpful for the team. I mean, we always knew that. I can't believe Toronto's portion of this trade fell through. What a bunch of douches. I'm excited for Wiggins. I am. Andrew Wiggins is still 29 years old. Remember, I mean, listen, Jimmy Butler was way better than Andrew Wiggins at when the Heat acquired Jimmy Butler. But when the Heat acquired Jimmy, he was 30. You can't tell me Wiggins can't become a better player in Miami under Eric Spoelstra in this system. Like, I'm not saying he will be Jimmy, but he will be a better player. So, I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, let's get into this video, Cullen. We're going to break down more rumors and my thoughts after the Jimmy Butler official trade. I was going to make a video on Kevin Durant rumors tonight, but those effers, they made the deal. All right, let's talk about it. Appreciate the 360 people still watching. We'll still be going to be live tomorrow, too. I mean, we're not going anywhere, folks. Let's get this video in. I am Nic Rohloff. This is the Heat Report by Chat Sports on trade deadline day, as the biggest news and domino for the Miami Heat fell last evening when the Heat traded Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors. On today's show, we're going to look at the latest rumors for Miami, because I do still think moves will be made by Pat Riley before the 3 p.m. Eastern Time deadline today. But let's talk about it. Butler full trade details to this point of filming. This deal might get expanded. It likely will get expanded, and we'll explain why with Kyle Anderson in a second. But as of right now, the Miami Heat traded Jimmy Butler to Golden State. The Heat, in return, got Andrew Wiggins, PJ Tucker, Kyle Anderson, a 2025 top 10 protected first-round pick from the Golden State Warriors. If that does not convey this year, because Golden State's in the top 10, it will be a 26 first-round pick, top 10 protected. If that doesn't convey, it will then be a 2027 unprotected first-round pick. So Miami's getting a first-round pick out of this regardless. The Heat also traded Josh Richardson to Detroit. And the intriguing part of this all is that the Heat bypassed acquiring Dennis Schroeder in this deal and ultimately rerouted him to the Utah Jazz to get PJ Tucker. There's some buzz out there that the Heat also included the 2031 pick swap that they have with Indiana in the second round, a part of that deal. I don't understand why they would have to attach a second-round pick to Schroeder to get Tucker, who's also an expiring, but that is the full trade at this point. But make sure you subscribe, and this is why you subscribe, because we were actually live for Heat Sixers last night when the trade broke. We broke down the details in depth, still watch the game with all the Heat fans, and we're bringing you content today, and we will still be live later today as well. We're probably going to go live 2 hours before the deadline, so 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Central Time, as we look out for another Miami Heat move, because I do think one is coming. Hit that sub button. We'll cover you on everything Miami Heat. Okay, so the reason why I think and truly do believe another move is coming from Miami is because they clearly do not want Kyle Anderson. You look at the cap info from the Heat side of things, getting Bobby Marks in the mix here, who's just excellent for ESPN. I'm fine with the Wiggins contract. I think a player of his caliber, that's a fine contract. I know Miami didn't want to run through that 26-27 season, but $30 million is manageable. It's a player option, and who knows, if Wiggins plays really well in Miami the rest of the season and then balls out next year as well for the Heat, maybe he opts out and tries to get a bigger contract and you have that flexibility, or he's so good you try to extend him. So the Heat have options in that regard. PJ Tucker's an $11.5 million expiring contract this season. Schroeder would have been $13 million expiring, by the way. But the Kyle Anderson part is the most important here. He's $8.8 million right now, $9.2 million next season, and then in 26-27, $9.7 million. But you see the key part right here. None of it is guaranteed, so the Heat can just cut him after 2 seasons, not have any dead cap, and basically it's a $9.2 million, $9.7 million expiring next season. But the reason why I do think they will ultimately try to trade Kyle Anderson is because of those other 2 lines. And Colin, can we actually bring this back up real quick again? Because those are the important lines here. They are $7.8 million above the luxury tax, $3.1 million above the first apron. So they're almost out of the first apron, and they're almost under the luxury tax. They would be under the luxury tax if they traded Kyle Anderson's $8.8 million to a team that fully absorbed him, which would open up an $11.1 million trade exception for Miami, but also save the Heat ownership group $24 million in tax bill, which we know would be very valuable for them, and it's what they want. So I would expect Miami try to trade Kyle Anderson. If you don't remember, Anderson was originally being reported as rerouted to the Toronto Raptors, but Toronto backed out of the deal last second, scumbag Masai Ujiri, and screwed the Miami Heat, and now they're back into the luxury tax and back into the first apron. But this is a player I do not want on my basketball team, if we're going to be completely honest. He is not a good productive player. He is good in some regards. He's lengthy. He can switch defensively, but he doesn't play at a good pace. He has a nickname called Slow-Mo for a reason. He's not a consistent jump shooter. I just don't think his fit is good in Miami. And I got to be honest, when you look at what the Heat have on their roster currently, you have PJ Tucker on this group now. If you keep Kyle Anderson, they're like so far down the depth chart, they would never play. You have Wiggins now in the starting lineup in all likelihood. You still Hawkes, you still have Haywood Highsmith, you have Nikola Jovic. There's 4 guys I would rather play over Kyle Anderson and PJ Tucker off of your bench alone. Or 3 off the bench, 1 in the starting lineup. So to me, Kyle Anderson would get no PT. I also don't think PJ Tucker will play at all on this team, which is why I don't know why Miami wanted him instead of Dennis Schroeder, and you could have kept Dennis's $13 million expiring and played him at point guard. But I do believe Miami will be actively shopping Kyle Anderson today before the 3 p.m. Eastern time deadline, which is what I'm looking for the most here before that deadline. I'm also looking at a potential Terry Rozier trade, which we'll talk about in just a second. We'll also talk about some targets for the Heat that I think could be good additions to this roster. But we are sponsored by Prize Picks. Let me tell you about them on today's show. We are sponsored by Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports platform in North America. And make sure you get in on the action for the final game of the football season, because you won't get to do football Prize Picks for quite a while. And they are actually offering a free pick for the big game. Patrick Mahomes more than half a passing yard. Pair that up with one more stat projection, and you can win real cash. Prize Picks is the best place to get in on real money sports action with over 10 million members on the platform. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday each Tuesday. Prize Picks discount select player projections up to 25% to provide you even more value for your lineups. I've got a 3-player entry for tonight's game, as I always do. You see, I was actually given some promo funds from Prize Picks. They do that sometimes. So little 975, Bam Adebayo, more than 18.5 points, more than Hero, 29.5 points and assists, and more than Tyrese Maxey, 24.5 points. Just another example how you can play daily with basketball, collegiate, professional, same thing with hockey. Get started today. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. I appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show, but there is still needs on this roster. And I think I like the direction where we're going. But it is so blatantly obvious the biggest need for the Miami Heat now is a true natural point guard. They thought they might have got that with Terry Rozier last year before the deadline. We know how bad Rozier's been in Miami this season, and he is just not a true natural point guard either. Tyler Hero has had to take the main ball handler and initiator role for Miami this season. It's helped him get his assist numbers up, but he averages 4 or 5 turnovers a game, and it's been a serious issue for Miami. They still beat Philly last night, but for example, they had 22 turnovers. That can't happen. The Heat have been one of the highest turnover teams in the league over the past 3 weeks or so. They need to find a true point guard that can run an offense and settle this team down. The #1 player that I was very open about that I wanted was Lonzo Ball. Yeah, his numbers aren't the prettiest, but he is a true point guard that is high in IQ, good length, good versatility, defensively as well. Unfortunately, my guy Lonzo signed a 2-year, $20 million extension with the Chicago Bulls last night, so he is a part of the Bulls' plans going over the next couple of seasons and will not be traded. So Lonzo Ball is off the table. So I started spitballing on some other trade ideas, and there are a couple names that come to mind of that I think the Heat could look and should target. #1 guy is Malcolm Brogdon, in my opinion. He is on the Washington Wizards. He has a very good contract for Miami's side of things. Why is it good? Well, it's a 1-year, $22.5 million deal, which means it's expiring, which Miami, we know, wants expiring contracts to keep flexibility open for 26, 27. And it's also a big enough contract where you can trade Terry Rozier. I think Rozier needs to be off this roster still by this time or let's say 24 hours tomorrow, right? I don't want him on this team past the 3 p.m. Eastern deadline. He needs to go. So you can go Rozier and maybe a second-round pick to Washington to get Malcolm Brogdon. You save $2 million this season. He comes off the books. Rozier's under contract for one more season. You get someone who is lengthier, a better defender, a better fit, who can handle the ball. He's been up and down, only played 20 games this season due to injury. But I think Brogdon would be a really good fit in Miami as the Heat continue to look, in my opinion, as the biggest need necessary as a true starting point guard to put next to Hero. You talk about length, versatility. Brogdon at the 1, Hero at the 2, Wiggins at the 3, Bam at the 4, Clout at the 5, Jovic, Highsmith, Duncan coming off the bench. Yeah, that's pretty intriguing if you're asking me. Another interesting target could be Trey Jones. Now, Jones is someone who started the past 2 seasons for San Antonio, and then after the Spurs acquired Chris Paul in free agency, and then they obviously made the blockbuster to get De'Aaron Fox, Trey Jones got traded in that 3-team deal to Chicago. It's been widely reported that the Bulls could still look to move off of Trey Jones to get more draft capital back. He's making 1 year, $9.1 million. Now, it would not save Miami money this season, but you could technically attach a second-round pick in 2026 that you have onto Kyle Anderson to Chicago, and you ultimately get Trey Jones, and he becomes a point guard. Now, you wouldn't be moving off of Terry Rozier in this potential deal, and you'd have to figure out your starting point guard. Would it still be Duncan and Hero in the backcourt, or would you start Trey Jones, who has experience? He averaged 6 assists over the past 2 seasons. He's not a good three-point shooter. He does most of his work inside the arc, but he's a 1 year, $9.1 million deal, so he's an expiring contract. That's appeasing to me. You get rid of Kyle Anderson as well. Like I mentioned, you don't get underneath the tax, but I think Trey Jones is an intriguing basketball fit. He could run an offense, that's for sure. He's not big. You see at 6'1", so the defensive questions would be there. But, I mean, it can't be worse than Duncan Robinson. It can't be worse than Terry Rozier either in the backcourt defensively. So Trey Jones is someone that I think Miami might take a look at. I would rank Brogdon number 1, Trey Jones probably number 2 in terms of point guard trade targets before the deadline passes later today. A name that fans have asked about, Marcus Smart. He has 2 years, $20 million left on his deal. Could you send Rozier to Memphis for Marcus Smart? I'm not sure if Memphis would do that. I'm not sure why they would do that, but I would prefer Marcus Smart's fit in Miami over Terry Rozier's as a defensive point guard / catch-and-shoot three-point guy. We'll ultimately see. I don't see Marcus Smart ultimately happening, though, if I'm going to be honest. I think Trey Jones is more likely. I think Malcolm Brogdon is more likely as well. But there's a lot of moves that potentially still may be made by the Miami Heat, and that's why you subscribe. I will be live once again later today. I told you all this time that when Jimmy got traded, we'd be live for that to break it down. I was already live for the game. We did break it down, and we're going to be live 2 hours before the deadline once again at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Central Time. So hit that sub button, join us, because I still think another move is coming for Miami. And if they do, we'll break it down. If they don't, we'll break it down as well. All right. Video down.
Video down.
That will be going out tomorrow morning. For the 350 people that just watched me film that live, you guys get to watch that video early. Still watch it tomorrow, though, folks, because I need those views. But let me know your thoughts, man.
Hold on.
Let me know your thoughts. Also, Justin's still here. We're talking about a Gruden grinder. Look at him go.
Dude, I know, yeah. What up, dude?
Oh, Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you behind the scenes. I don't know if Cullen's been getting help from you. We haven't needed anything in a while.
No,
We're
I
good,
haven't asked him. I was surprised he was still here when I got your.
Yeah, I
bid
didn't
earlier.
think that you were still here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, oh, gotcha. Well, I don't know if you heard me say it, but and I think I said this earlier to you. If Jimmy got traded beforehand, we weren't going to go live 3 hours before the deadline. We'll probably still do 2 hours though. So doesn't really change. Still going to get it at 9 a.m. tomorrow, but yeah, probably go live at noon our time rather than 11 a.m. because we're not going to be on big game hunting watch anymore. It's going to be a fun day tomorrow, though, Justin. It's going to be very fun.
I was trying to get this moved over, but it would not load.
That's fine.
But for the live chat, I guess.
Yeah, for the live chat, you just saw most of our video. Which point guard would you rather trade for? TJ for Trey Jones or MB for Malcolm Brogdon?
Blip, 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 blip. We got Josh saying Trey Jones, Pachito saying
Apachito.
Apachito saying Trey Jones. We got Darren saying Malcolm Brogdon, Tyson saying Malcolm Brogdon, Monty saying Trey, Caden saying Trey, Hot Dog saying neither.
Well, that's not really answering the question.
As a great philosopher once said. All right. Man. Honestly, Justin's been doing a great job. Shout out to Justin for still. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's
still
good
here.
grinding, man.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
Marcus Smart.
I'm just going back through my Twitter.
Yep.
So funny. Tyler Hero's a turnover issue. Holy fuck, the Heat just traded Jimmy Butler. What year is the first round pick and what are the protections? Oh my god, he signed the extension too. Heat also trading Dennis Schroeder to Utah. Oh my god, PJ Tucker is coming back. Pat can't let go. Kyle Anderson heading to Toronto. What is Miami actually netting besides Andrew Wiggins? Oh my god, I love this pick. Oh my god, the Heat really got this demon. It's a video of Andrew Wiggins dunking. Damn, would have loved to make a separate deal for Lonzo. Interesting. We'll see if he's on the roster past 3 p.m. Eastern time versus kind of Dennis Schroeder or Kyle Anderson. Kind of revisiting this. Why didn't Miami want to keep Dennis Schroeder? Miami Heat are undefeated since trading Jimmy Butler. Lost in all the chaos tonight. Nikola Jovic is a budding star. Still think the Heat need to add a true point guard. Malcolm Brogdon. I'm intrigued by Trey Jones as well. What a night. What a night.
Can you just double check, make sure we didn't get any supers? Mine still isn't loading.
Not since Wasim, no.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure we got all y'all.
Not since Wasim. Okay. All right.
All right.
We've been live for 3 hours and 45
Yeah, about that.
minutes. It's been a long day for me.
It is.
I don't really think there's anything else to break down in terms of news-wise. I don't think we're going to get any more new audience coming in, if I'm going to be honest. So if you guys send in a super chat, we'll extend the live show. We'll give you a full minute to do that. If no super chats come in the next minute, we're going to sign off. We're going to collect our thoughts. And we're going to see you tomorrow with more trade deadline coverage. See, it's a 6 of 10. I hate that highlight cut breaking news videos aren't good.
They do, for all the effort that goes into making those, like...
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee, if the Heat weren't playing tonight and that trade happened and I filmed a quick at home, pushed it out, and then came and went live, that would be a 1 of 10 video.
Yep.
Like, it's so frustrating.
What up, Duncan?
Also, that short that Allie was supposed to put on my channel, just never got pushed out.
Duncan asked, do you like the Butler news? Sorry, I just tuned in.
Duncan's a real one, so I'll allow this late question. And since we didn't get a super chat in, once I answer Duncan's question, we'll head out of here on this Wednesday evening. Do I like the Butler news? I do. Because to me, the number one thing that Miami needed to do before the deadline, I know, and this is on fans, this is on the Heat fans. And listen, I was starting to get my hopes up too about maybe trading Jimmy to Phoenix to get Kevin Durant, but it was always very unlikely that they actually moved off of Kevin Durant. It was always very unlikely. So to me, the most important thing was just making sure you traded Jimmy Butler before the deadline because you couldn't bring him back to this roster, to this locker room. It would have been chaos, and it also would have caused chaos in the offseason as well because Jimmy would have likely opted in and requested a trade again this offseason. So now the Miami Heat clearly have a direction. They are now moving forward with Jovic, Ware, Bam, Hero, Wiggins as their probably top 5 guys on their roster. That's their top 5. And I like that. And I've said it a gazillion times. I'll say it again. The first-round pick they got back from Golden State, thrilled. I wasn't sure if they would be able to get a first-round pick. I thought they might have been able to. I thought it might have been seconds. I got to be honest. I thought it might have only been second-round picks because of Jimmy Butler's antics off the court, the question marks about how he would fit in Golden State, and maybe not signing an extension. But the Heat got a protected first-round pick that will either convey 11 on this year, 11 on next year, or unprotected in 2027. And my thing is if you don't get it this year, that means the Warriors run really bad. And you don't get it next year, that means the Warriors season went very bad again. And what's to make you think that in 2027 it would be any better than 25 and 26? So you're either getting the first-round pick in late lottery or 15, 16, 17 probably this season, or you're probably going to get it in unprotected top 10 in 27. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Big fan. Big fan.
Kyle says, reading 1984, keep chatting.
Isn't that book from George Orwell? I'm impressed.
I don't know Orwell if that's the. I do know that's a book.
I'm pretty sure I read that in high school. I'm impressed that I was able to remember the author, if that's right.
Hold on.
Shout out to Kyle, the $2 super chat. Let me know if I was right in that. I think it's Orwell.
Yeah, George Orwell.
Sharp. Memory's still pretty good for your boy.
Not too shabby.
Nailed it. Let's go. Another important thing, by the way, for Miami and why they have so much incentive to trade Kyle Anderson and then maybe a second-round pick to get underneath the luxury tax. If they're able to get underneath the luxury tax before the deadline passes, they would then be eligible to sign someone in the buyout market. Like anyone, because remember, if you're in the luxury tax in the apron, you're not allowed to sign someone that was bought out making more than $13 million, like the mid-level, $14 million. If they're under the luxury tax after the deadline, they'd be able to sign anyone who gets bought out anywhere. So, like, if Ben Simmons hypothetically got bought out, that he could sign him. So that's pretty important. Pretty important.
Just a reminder, Rolly will be live for the NBA trade deadline. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Any news, rumors, all that will be broken down on the live tomorrow. You'll also see Justin. I don't know if Justin's been showing himself on stream, but
No, not yet.
Not yet. Hey, so awesome kick-ass young producer we got here.
I told him that he's gonna have to be tomorrow, though.
Yeah.
So.
Nah, you'll see him tomorrow. I mean, he's been doing a great job.
Yeah.
So y'all will like him.
He has been great. He's been great. He's been with us tomorrow. All right, that's gonna probably do it. Late night here. Could have been later, but
Could have been.
Cullen, I appreciate you dearly, my friend. I would have been able to figure it out if I was self-producing and people didn't leave, but my brain was a little bit of in a twist right when it happened.
You're good.
Like, I knew that what needed to get done, but I was having a hard time trying to execute it in my mind because of the game going on.
I'm not going to lie. Had that trade gone down 10, 15, 20 minutes later, I would have been gone. So happy that I was still here. Obviously, the timing of it during the game is not always the greatest. But we got it done.
Yeah.
So credit to you. The fact that you were also doing a bunch of things while dealing with a mic that was short-circuiting on you at one point.
My thing is, like, I had to try to balance before you sat down officially in the chair.
Yeah.
I had to balance producing and changing graphics,
Yep.
communicating in Slack what needed to be done and
Yep.
what I needed help with.
Yep.
I was also, and this is probably the part I needed to just stop, I was still, like, kind of half calling the game.
Yeah, you just needed
I needed to just shut that off.
Yeah.
And I was tweeting, too, because I had to get tweets out, too. So it was like, I was telling people what I needed, tweeting, producing, and half calling the game. It was just a total train wreck. And I didn't want to go mute and just figure it out and just, like, go complete, like, shut down, figure everything out, and then come back and talk, because then people would just, if they tuned in for that split second, they would have just seen me, like, typing and, like, not talking and then leaving. You need to say something.
Right.
All right. I will say this. Final word of the night as we finish out this Jimmy Butler trade. Jimmy Butler, 5 full seasons in Miami. 3rd best Miami Heat player in history. Number 1 option, took us to 2 NBA Finals. I am going to miss Jimmy Butler a lot. He loved the fans. He loved the city. He just felt disrespected from the front office, Pat Riley, and I think he felt a little bit of disrespect from Coach Spoelstra as well in some ways he was used on offense. It does not excuse what he did, because the way he handled this trade request and what he said to the media and all of the things to the public, I did not like, and I think he did it very poorly. But I miss Jimmy already. I will miss Jimmy. I'm excited for the new era of Heat basketball and the new direction of this team and the flexibility with Andrew Wiggins, Ware, Bam, Jovic, Hero. But it was a move that needed to be done, and the fact that the Heat got a 2025 first-round pick out of it, as well as Andrew Wiggins, is a massive win in my books. And I'm not going to applaud Pat Riley to a T, because if he wasn't so publicly annoyed with Jimmy Butler and threw public shade at Jimmy, he very well might be still on the roster and might be happy at playing out this season at least. So I'm not going to fully absolve Pat Riley, but I do think he did a good job of not rushing into a deal, holding off. The Warriors got desperate and offered Wiggins and a first-round pick to Miami, because I do not think that was offered in terms of draft capital 2 weeks ago, if there was even ever an offer or in preliminary talks. Pat Riley was patient, and it ultimately paid off, because I think the Warriors got desperate striking on KD. They also got worried about the Heat trading Jimmy to Phoenix to get Kevin Durant. So Golden State pounced when they needed to. They got aggressive, traded a first, Wiggins, and other salary contracts to get JB. So Pat Riley ultimately did a good job with the hand he was dealt of Jimmy making it difficult, even though it should have never gotten to this part in the first place. That will be my final word. I'll see you tomorrow live once again for the NBA trade deadline. Good win for Miami tonight. Go Heat.